Okay.
Let's jump into it.
Let's
brother.
jump.
Yeah, I was gonna clap and I decided
You
to
missed.
fist. Yeah, can I just? Yeah,
There it is.
That's where it should have been
There it
the
is.
entire time.
That is
Joshy,
so right.
Let's do the countdown. Ready?
Oh boy. Yes, I am
so
ready.
glad it was right on
Of
cue.
course, of course.
Let's get it done.
Let's get it going.
3, 2, 1. What is good, my friends, and welcome back to the official Flash Brothers podcast.
Oh my gosh, this is the official one, not the knockout.
Yeah.
The knockoff.
No, I know. Yeah,
we've
ain't
seen all over the
about.
place.
Dude, I know it's getting ridiculous.
It's getting bad.
Man. Yeah,
it's like Wish brand, Etsy brand, and like what's the other one? That other one. There's Wish.
Great value.
Great value. Yes, I'm thinking. Oh, Temu. You ever heard of Temu?
Of
Yes.
course.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's Temu.
Honestly, I was
brands.
throwing out a meme from our pregame episode.
Right.
Yes, that
you're
we
not
just
wrong.
wrapped up.
We just wrapped that.
Which was, I don't even know how long it was, but
think it was
because we've been recording, it was about an hour.
An hour?
Yeah, just about
I'll
an hour.
take it.
Okay,
I'll take
yeah.
it.
So we
Not
got
bad.
this show, our official
Yes.
mainline series.
Here
the
we are.
Official Flash Brothers podcast.
Official.
Joshy, today is episode 42.
42.
42.
And you gave a little fun fact before the show, I think.
I did.
Which was that 10 episodes from now will be our 1-year celebration for
Nuts.
the Flash Bros
Yes.
podcast as a whole.
Yes.
Which is crazy. It's only 10 away.
I know,
You
man.
know? Because it
I
already
know.
is insane that we're on 42.
42.
42. Isn't that the answer to the universe? Did you ever watch
42?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
I haven't seen.
You haven't
that.
seen it?
I know,
do,
man.
do you want to see
I think
it?
I think I actually went to like the drive-in and saw it, but it was one of those where I went to
Yes.
the drive-in with a girl.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't
So you were
think I saw it.
preoccupied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So in that movie, they ask like
to answer your question, spoil whatever you want.
Well, I wasn't gonna say anything too crazy. It's kind of iconic, is
Okay.
why I say it. And it's Martin Freeman. That's such a good movie, by the way. I love it.
Who's Martin Freeman?
He played Bilbo in the Hobbit movies. And he was
Oh,
also in.
yeah.
He was in Sherlock. He played Watson in
Yes.
Sherlock, the show Sherlock,
Yes.
with the other guy who was in the Hobbit. The guy who played Smaug. He also was Doctor Strange. Benedict Cumberbatch.
He plays Smaug.
Yeah, have you seen the videos? It's crazy. Anyone out there, if you want to see a funny video of like a real high quality actor just doing some
Bro.
crazy stuff, his motion capture, he's like crawling on the floor, like in like a giant onesie, like just like rubbing all over the floor, being like, "I am destruction." It's so funny. I'm not
Bro,
even gonna lie.
shut up.
Swear,
That is actually
swear.
mind-blowing.
It's
I had
hilarious.
no idea.
So, anyway, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, they ask at one point the, like, high intelligence, like, the greatest intelligence, what is the, answer, it's like the answer of the universe, whatever I just said.
Sure. Yeah.
And, he says, 42. Like, everyone's like, what the fuck?
Well, Joshy, today
Yes.
is episode answer of the universe.
Yes,
and
it
we
is.
are recording Tuesday,
We are.
June
42.
11th. There it is.
Here
You
it
looked
is.
it up. It's confirmed.
It's
Fact
the-
check.
yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, it is.
Man, June
June.
11th. It
That's
says
right.
January.
June.
The answer to the universe is definitely Jesus, by the way. Just have to.
Oh, there it is.
Throw that out there. Yeah, you know.
42.
42, baby. My name is Sam. I'll
It's
be
Sam.
taking command on today's
up,
voyage
Sammy?
with my Star Warrior, one of my roommate's best friends, my beloved co-host.
Beloved.
It's Joshy.
I feel like it's just your intro. Thank you, by the way.
Yeah.
And hello, everyone. How are we? I feel like my intro is getting more like packed with love every single episode. You know.
Yes.
Every time I feel like I don't live up to the expectation of the Star Warrior already. That's so much.
No, dude, it's
You know what
it's
I
all
mean?
you. Yeah.
You think?
No, for sure. Shit. I think it was Lene. Love lady, like she
Our sister.
yeah, our beloved sister.
Beloved.
she was sick last Saturday, so I actually got to see her and work with her.
Oh, yes.
Wait. Let me backtrack. She was sick not last Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
But the Saturday before that. So, Lene was working last Saturday.
The week before last week.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So, I got to see her for, first time in, 2 weeks, essentially,
Yes,
right?
yes,
she was super sick and just had a lot going on.
Oh, no.
I think she came to work and, she had something or she asked, wait, who's, the Kirby guy? And I think she got a little something. So, yeah. It's
what?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
No way.
Yeah, so a little,
this is too much.
Little Kirbiness.
Well, thank you, sweetheart, Lene,
Dude.
love lady. We love you so much.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, if it didn't happen, Lene, don't worry. I'll just get him a gift and just say it's from you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No matter what, I'm happy.
You have that,
I
didn't I get you that Kirby shirt?
Yes, you did.
Right? I kind of want to get the same shirt. We got to match.
So, actually, a wonderful thing about that shirt, I love that shirt. I loved it to pieces. But yeah, it is. I did give it to Azzy.
Oh,
so Azzy,
man.
our wonderful Patreon sponsor,
Wow.
Azzy. When I was in Seattle, Jeez, Azzy gives me so many things. It's crazy. He just if I'm wearing one of his shirts multiple times, cool anime embroidered shirts, jackets, what is it called? Like a sweater, right? It'll just I'll be like, dude, this shirt looks so good on me. He'll be like, you want it, bro? You can have it. I kind of like that one too. I'll be like, you don't have to give it to me. He's like, nah, you need to have it. And so he did the same thing with the Kirby shirt.
With the Kirby shirt.
He was like, dude, I feel so good in this. I was like, dude, it's yours,
It's
bro.
yours.
So
no, that is meant to
yes,
be.
It's not even a thing
fact,
I'll get rid of it. It meant a lot.
I hope you know, from me, and
Just
I know
hope
how
you
you
know.
are with gifts. I mean, we did a whole episode where you unpacked all of how you feel about variance in value, right? And so I know that was a very and I also know you're very sentimental.
Yes,
so
I am.
you wouldn't just give away something that was a gift to you.
Yes.
You're not a re-gifter.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
maybe it's a
not.
white elephant gift if it was something that you knew was insignificant.
Yeah, maybe.
If you would feel no shame if the other person found out. Okay? Right? Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah. So
absolutely.
I completely relate to that so much, bro, and and it's so Azzy.
Yeah. So that's what I was
if
saying.
anything, I feel like I'm now an extension of that gift
exactly
to Azzy.
And I told him that too. I was like, yeah, it was a birthday gift. But it's yours. I literally want you to have it.
Dude.
And it looks really good on him too.
Yeah.
He looks
Well,
like a freaking demon
what I was gonna
with
say
that.
was I'm really thinking about picking it up because
Oh,
every
yeah.
time I go into Target, and I'm always I just got this shirt actually.
Looks good.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
What do you guys think at home? What do you guys think?
Yeah, what do you guys think?
Like it?
Shout out. Let me know. It's a little bit of blue on yellow. It's actually it's from Target, but literally feel it, bro.
It's like a navy color. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's so
like a navy color with
airy and
lemons
soft.
all over it.
Yeah, it's got lemons, because when life gives you lemons, you put on the lemonade. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, boy.
Oh,
it was
boy.
such a good joke that I'm
You're
laughing
joking
so
all that
hard.
acid, aren't you?
Oh, my goodness. I am still a little, I don't know if I even call it sick. I have a little throat bug. I don't know what
You
it
should
is.
try,
My mom said she had this is why I'm not freaking out. She said she was sick, and then her cough lasted for 3 weeks.
eternity. Dude.
Yeah.
Everyone, I promise you,
And it's been
Joshy,
a week and a half.
everyone at my bar
Everyone's coughing
is
too. That's why I'm not
sick,
yeah.
coughing, has some bug of some kind.
So that's
it's
why I'm not
all
too
over
worried.
the map.
Yeah,
You shouldn't be.
And
Yeah.
it's only been not to get gross, but it's like mucus. It's just a mucusy chest thing.
Yeah.
And if I was bleeding or something, or if it was a sharp pain all the time, I don't even feel it right now. It also hurts much less when I'm coughing. So I'm not worried. I'm not too worried.
You shouldn't be.
I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, and everyone, just join in with me when Joshy starts coughing profusely.
Yes,
in
please.
addition to sneezing, because we can't leave
need
that
it.
out.
Yeah, of course,
We
just
need
in
to, everyone, just give him a blessing.
Yeah, bless you.
Bless to the brother.
Bless
Yeah,
you,
bless
brother.
You.
Bless you.
Glad you're with us. You are well. Oh, bless you, bro.
That was
Absolutely,
a test.
yeah.
That was a test to see how everyone reacts.
I hope everyone passed.
Hold up.
All right?
Johnny didn't say bless you. Johnny.
Yeah.
That
My
shit,
guy.
Man. Come on.
He's probably yelling at his foreman or something.
Yeah, he
you
probably
know what
is.
I mean? Yeah. So,
makes sense.
guys, today,
Oh, yeah.
on top of being season 3, episode 42, it is June 11th.
Ooh.
As I said, so, Joshy, let's pop straight into
Pop it.
our first segment,
Let's get it.
which is Pop Topic,
Pop
as
topic.
you know.
Pop topic.
And today's Pop Topic,
Oh, yes.
Joshy.
Oh, yes.
And I got my new Blue's Clues, handy dandy. Notebook.
Hey.
Did you ever watch Blue's Clues?
Oh, of course. So
the OG.
So Steve was the OG.
Yeah.
And then he was replaced by
Joe.
So Joe was my guy.
Joe is your guy.
But I started with Steve and my older sibling. So Steve was like in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
So my older sibling was born in 98. And so the tail end of, like, they still aired Joe's episodes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Steve's episodes.
Yeah, they're like reruns.
And then he got replaced by Joe. And I don't even know how to explain this. I always loved Joe because I thought he was like the younger brother. And I was the younger brother growing up. So it felt like my older sibling had Steve and I had Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe I'm making this up. I kind of felt like him and I looked a little similar.
Josh?
Do you remember what he looked like?
Absolutely. And he absolutely looks like you. He absolutely acts like you. He was the goofier Steve.
He was. I thought.
Right?
Okay.
I loved Joe. I did.
Look at this. I swear. Okay, picture me. You know me without the beard. You know, all that.
Really?
Look at the way he looks.
I've never seen
He kind of looks like me.
Yeah,
doesn't he kind of give like Josh vibes?
Yeah, this right here. That is a Josh, dude.
Doesn't that kind of look like?
Yeah,
me?
it's literally if you were on that show, right, and you're like, okay.
And
he's always had like a smile and just even if he did the same thing Steve did, and it's not that Steve's iconic.
Steve's iconic.
Like he is always who I think of.
Oh yeah.
When I think of Blue's Clues.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely.
Handy dandy notebook, Joshy. Today's Let's get back on our pop topic, all right? Let's not derail too much because today's pop topic is pop discussion.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
Any discussion, but I know how we roll. So we'll see if it just flows out here. I have a singular topic of discussion, which is what one character would you add to the Smash Ultimate roster?
That's a great question, Sammy.
This is one that I think like, every single Smash fan
has an answer.
Yes, dude.
Okay, so here's my thing. This is one of the craziest things. You might relate. I don't know. But, okay, I had one character that I didn't care who else got added. I was like, this is great. This is great. I had one character that I exclusively... not only was my dream character, I wanted him so bad that if he was released, I'd be happy with any other character come out, and that was Steve from Minecraft. I grew up on Minecraft. I have put so many hours into... When I rate my games, my favorite games of all time, I have to leave Minecraft out of it because I have more history with that game than probably any other game. So if I'm going to say Breath of the Wild is my top, the hidden S tier would be Minecraft.
Yeah.
So I'm like...
It's in its own league.
It's in its own league.
And I understand.
And it's got such a unique art style. It's so quirky in its own specific ways. And I just... I always
Didn't you also
dreamed
tell
of
me
it.
in like a lore aspect, Steve is technically stronger than like everybody?
Which is hilarious that he's like the S tier character.
Yeah.
Technically, like canonically, if we're going to go by the games and what you have...
Right.
He is canonically the strongest character, not only because of what he can... if you were to max out your character, natural Steve, at your natural point, the heaviest item that you can carry, there's no weight limit, which means Steve literally is physically capable of carrying anything. So strength,
they don't
physical
shrink
strength,
down into like some like obtuse space?
No, because there's weight platforms when it comes to redstone.
Yeah, but when you
check this out.
Like pocket the item.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you pocket the item, it goes, and then it goes when you throw it out.
That's
that
actually a
item.
Very accurate sound effect.
I play a lot of Minecraft.
I'm like, wow, so you go, that's it.
And then it's like it's waiting right there. That item holds weight because there are pressure plates. These are called pressure plates in Minecraft.
Yes.
You can throw different items. Feathers will be lighter than iron is, okay? You can condense iron into being an iron block.
Yes.
You can carry 64 iron blocks, which means each iron, and those will be heavier through redstone. So some pressure plates are stronger, they won't activate towards something until it's heavy. So we know in the Minecraft lore, in this whole world, that floating piece of thing, that's what you're carrying, which still holds weight. Okay?
Yes.
So are you with me?
Yes.
So when you place a block down, that's its own. That's another form of existence that block takes. But when you break it, it goes, and then it's waiting there, right? But that item, that's what you're carrying in you, still holds weight. So you can carry 64 iron blocks. Actually, we can go crazier. What's heavier than iron? Diamond? Or obsidian?
Okay. No, obsidian. I feel like obsidian
it's really light.
Right?
Actually,
it's got to be airy.
Yeah. Maybe diamond or gold. I think is heavy. Gold is heavy, right? Whatever's the heaviest substance, whatever it is, you can combine that into massive blocks, not just ingots, and then you can carry 64 by however many are in your thing, and Steve will not slow down at all. So that's his physical strength. You want to talk about like any other kind of strength that he has. He has the ability to wield any weapon that you have, that you can come across. He is a multi-arsenal. He can craft, and he's one of the most intelligent characters to ever go into Minecraft. Everything that you've built, you can build with your own hands. Not only can he do that, but the Ender Dragon is a godlike being that is beyond time and space. He built the ability to get to it and destroyed it using his own potions. So if we were going to max out Steve with netherite armor, netherite weapons, fully enchanted, okay, with potions, splash potions, you have potions of feather falling, you can have fire resistance on all of your armor, mixed with, what are they called? What's his down air called?
Oh,
that's called
anvil.
An anvil. Yeah. You go to an anvil, you can put multiple enchantments onto a weapon to the point where it's the list is long. Theoretically, nothing, if you were going to max out Steve, which not all characters can be maxed out in Smash Bros. In the lore, okay? You want to take Breath of the Wild Link. You max out Breath of the Wild Link, he only has those set of hearts, right? You bring golden apples, you bring a Totem of Undying. If you have multiple Totem of Undying with multiple splash potions of invincibility and then multiple netherite sets of armor with netherite swords enchanted with knockback, enchanted with fire hits, enchanted with slay, with smite, enchanted with all these things, Steve's power is literally like god level. We're talking invincible. A Totem on Undying, which you get from completing raids, you can have as many as pillager outposts you find. You could, theoretically, keep holding as many as possible. And if someone tried to kill you, if Sephiroth tried to kill Steve with a slice, first off, if he has invincibility potion, splash potion, he's not getting touched. Let's say he forgot it, right? Let's say his netherite armor broke. Sephiroth can cut through it. Boom, Totem of Undying. Woo, you're good. You're fine. And then boom, what is Sephiroth going to do against a sword, netherite sword, which is forged using gold, netherite ingots? All... I'm just saying.
No, you're popping off.
This is like
I buy it.
The potential for Steve.
That's fucking...
And that's not even mentioning...
Why?
If he punches you with the strength of a man who can hold 64 times 25...
I looked up the weight, by the way.
What is it?
Gold.
Let's hear it.
Significantly heavier.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's like 2.5 to 3 times the weight of steel.
Nothing is slowing down
and it's
Steve,
like
by the way.
8 times.
And he can still he could run with a full set.
Not 8. It's like 6.
He could be wearing gold
5
armor.
or 6.
He could be using
diamond.
gold tools and gold.
That's crazy.
His strength is unknown.
He'd be One Punch Man.
He would literally be, and that's why it's so funny that he's like S tier in Smash. Anyway,
Can you explain one thing to me?
Yes, of course.
If he is that fucking strong,
yes,
why is with your bare fist?
Yes.
Does it take so long to kill a spider?
A spider with your bare fist?
Yeah.
Well, that comes
If
down
he's
to
so
the strength of a spider.
So mobs in the game, to make it balanced in the universe.
So a spider,
they're insanely strong.
Theoretically, a spider jockey. Do you know what that is in Minecraft?
Isn't that when a skeleton guy's
That's right.
on one? Yeah.
Yes, sir. So spider jockeys and zombie jockeys
shit,
almost
right?
work. Yeah. Well, they're less rare now.
Okay.
They're a little bit less. But a spider I'm so sorry, a skeleton or a zombie has the potential to rarely be spawned with full gold armor and gold, or it could just be a helmet, but the rarity, it was probably going to be a short amount. Theoretically, those spiders are not weighed down at all in any way by that gold. So theoretically, in this universe of Minecraft, okay, if we're playing it by the weight that we understand through Redstone, the fact that all these things still hold weight and are still heavy, right?
Right.
Then we can respect that a spider is ridiculously more powerful than most characters from other media.
That's crazy.
And so to punch it with all the strength that Steve holds, you're up against demons, baby.
Yeah.
You're up against
Literally,
zombies
it's a demon
who
world.
are hauling gold and swinging them like nothing.
Well, let's bring it back to Smash. Thank you for the lore expansion, and bless you.
And thank you so much, everybody else.
Joshy, so Steve's in Smash.
I know.
Got your
my whole point was that my dream was realized, and it's been tough ever since.
I also can relate, by the way.
Are you going to say Sephiroth?
I was going to say
So that's what I was thinking about.
Yes. I pretty much had a very, same but different scenario where, actually, this was coming after the announcement. I mean, dude, I didn't grow up as, Final Fantasy VII was my childhood game. That wasn't me, okay? However, I got into JRPGs, in middle school onward, and, always been a Pokemon guy, which is kind of like baby's RPG in a way, or JRPG, right?
JRPG,
Yeah, and,
I'd say Pokemon is baby's JRPG.
Isn't that what that's what I meant. I don't know what I said.
You said, Final Fantasy.
Definitely meant Pokemon.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if Final Fantasy. No. I think that's just straight up JRPG.
No, that's straight up. Yes. Bro. But Chrono Trigger was pretty much my first real JRPG. But Paper Mario also kind of, bless you, my guy. Which we'll get into, but kind of that same vein. It's kind of like a
introduction.
Not even
style.
Big introduction, right, to that style of game, right? Of
course.
And so I had friends though. And Caleb is one of those friends. I don't even know if he actually beat the game either, but lore-wise and just getting into Xenoblade, a universe within a game that's yo, what the heck, and immersing yourself in that, right? And just the mindset of, I don't know if you thought this about Steve, but Sephiroth seemed impossible.
I thought Steve was impossible.
Right. Yeah. And I would feel exactly the same, especially because now he's a Microsoft IP, right?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And way back,
and also he's not a traditional character.
Yes.
Because it's you don't.
How do you make him a Smash character?
Yeah. How do you make him a Smash character? But also he's not Sephiroth is a character named in the game.
Oh, yeah.
You don't really see Steve's name. You just know from the knowledge of the game that that character is Steve.
If anything,
and
to be
Alex.
honest, it's a canon given name to a, really an non-identified, a baseless character.
A baseless character.
Right.
But, I mean, they've done that before. I mean, with Hero.
Of course.
I mean, who doesn't have, a name, right?
Yeah, but even then, Hero is still a character, right? That you follow,
in the
lore.
games,
right.
exactly.
Yeah, that's not what Minecraft is.
It's not.
I'm
so
with
it just
you.
felt impossible.
Definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
Right.
And for me, the impossibility was so layered into now, by the time I'm thinking about this, it's probably you, but I was thinking about this in Smash 4. Right? So when they said, we're putting out ballots, and literally, Sakurai, I don't care where they're from, put it on the ballot, right?
Yeah.
And then dreams were coming true, bro.
Yeah,
it was
come true.
If you were in my headspace and what I was talking about with the nerdiest of nerd friendship group of JRPG lovers, right? The idea of any Square Enix IP, specifically Final Fantasy related, no shot. In fact, I'll be real. The fact that Sora's in,
I was gonna say, look
even
where we are now,
more,
dude.
no shot.
Sora's felt. I mean,
it was the best character to end on.
That's the most insane because it's so centered around Disney. I almost was even are they gonna take out the Mickey Mouse on the end of his thing? They didn't. That's crazy.
I know.
That's
but even
crazy.
Let's even go to when Cloud was dropped, which was an anomaly.
Yes.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it was right around the time, too, of the announcement of 7 Remake. Like, it was I almost cried when I saw that trailer, when it was like, no way this is real, right? Yeah. And then now Cloud's coming to Smash. It was like, all right, now there's no way there could be Sephiroth, because in what world would they do Cloud and Sephiroth, right?
2 characters.
No way. And then Cloud drops, and I don't know if you remember, but it was the weakest sound roster.
It was 2 songs, right?
Yeah,
or maybe
I'm pretty
1.
sure
it could have been 1.
No, I
or
think
2.
No, it was definitely 2, because it was like Those Who Fight Further and then Let the Battle Begin.
Right,
it's like the 2 iconic.
The stage is awesome, though.
The stage is amazing.
They went crazy because they have all 4 gods that show up.
Yep.
Like the whole city you can
Summons.
see. The stage is affected by the things like you do,
really
like
cool.
Summoning.
Yeah,
seriously went crazy on that stage.
Based on the remake. So yeah, it definitely came out after. It's like based on remake, even like his design.
No, I don't think it came out after.
Or at least remake was in development.
Remake was
but the announcement of remake had come out. Yeah.
Yeah, but also remake was in kind of in like what's it called?
The limbo state.
Yeah, the limbo. It was like
there for a long time.
Yeah, I believe it. So maybe it was like when they officially were announcing when it was coming out.
Maybe. Because I can't remember like timeline wise how long after base game that the DLC was coming out, but it was at least a couple of years.
I think it was a year.
A year.
Because I was in
base Smash 4 is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was in early high school.
Excuse me.
So,
okay. Yeah. Well, let's bring it back.
Please.
Because if you were to
we also haven't had
here,
a single character that we said.
I know, yeah. So
because
I
we already are so happy as fans.
I am.
Yeah.
Like, truly. Like, and then even for me, and you've probably felt this way, and this is a whole other discussion, but it's like appreciating and loving characters you didn't even know existed.
That you would love.
Or that you would love because of Smash.
It's also, I mean, some of my favorite game series I've ever, like, experienced Xenoblade. I had no knowledge of Shulk or its existence at all in any way until his reveal trailer. And I was under the impression, I was like, oh, some JRPG, right? That's literally like my thought of like, another Fire Emblem character, like, come on, right?
Totally.
And it wasn't until like I saw it was the stage that really got me interested in the world, because if you remember Guar Plain, it like looks so crazy. There's the Mechonis in the background and you're like, what's going on here? And then Metalface shows up in the thing and you're like, oh,
really? I don't know if I ever saw like the whole stage thing.
Dude, you still haven't?
I don't think so.
So if you have stage hazards on, Metalface shows up and he's like, Monado boy! He lands in the middle of the thing and starts attacking the characters.
What the heck?
I swear, this is like one.
That makes sense because there's a gaping hole in the middle.
There's a gaping hole in the middle. Yeah. That's for Metalface to show up.
That makes
and
sense.
He literally has all these voice lines. He says he calls you Monado boy, and he's like weakling, and like all this shit. Boy. Such a crazy idea. Also, because that design is so crazy, it's like not something you'd expect to see from a video game.
Let's bring it back to.
God damn it.
Let's bring it to one character that's just coming to the top of your head that you would bring to Ultimate.
Okay, so.
And we're gonna follow Sakurai's rules here, so it has to originate from a video game.
I was gonna say no Goku, no Naruto, no Luffy.
Yeah, because definitely my wheelhouse would start going to like Seven Deadly.
Dude, Meliodas and Smash.
Could you imagine,
man? Final Smash, what do you think it would be? I think it would be Lost Vein. All the people coming together and him doing a chop for counter.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Or it could be like Sonic, where he transforms into the the demon version of him.
Yeah, that'll be the next discussion. Anime character,
dude.
So let's get to this.
I'm sorry.
No, I need this.
I love it.
The ideas are flooding.
Okay. I'm gonna name off a couple because I don't have any stuck in my head. Skull Kid with the Majora's Mask would be such an epic intro. And I'm also of the opinion that I am very disappointed with Smash's roster of Zelda characters. There are an amassed just ocean of epic Zelda characters in all of Zelda, right?
Yeah, but
and we are stuck with
3 Links.
3 Links, 2 Zeldas, and a fucking Ganondorf. Like, come on. That's 3 characters, basically. I know Sheik, you can say what? That's 2 Zeldas. Yeah. I don't care what you say. That's 3 Links, 2 Zeldas, and a Ganondorf.
I'm even going to say that of all the Zelda characters, if I was to pick one, Ganondorf. This rendition,
this one,
absolutely, and I love Link.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, if I was to even pick, like to get new Zelda characters,
you do
scrap the rest and keep one.
Oh my god,
Ganondorf in Smash Ultimate.
Oh my gosh,
is a dream.
It's amazing, and imagine what you could do with the tools of the other Ganondorfs that exist.
Yes,
right. This one from Ocarina is fast. You remember the way he's like flying around?
Yeah,
like,
it's true. OG Ganondorf.
It's Ganondorf.
Bro. Yes.
So what could you do with all those different Ganondorfs? You could do something crazy. But anyway, I'm going to say...
Yeah, so if you were to pick another character in the Zelda universe...
I'd probably say I want another villain because we have enough links. I would say either... I would want to go Skull Kid Majora's Mask, like the Majora's Mask Skull Kid with the... and the laughing face. Yeah. Or Midna would be really awesome. I think you could have some crazy cool attacks with her. Possibly Midna and Wolf Link, but I just don't want more links. You know, we have enough links.
We do have enough links. No more links.
Yeah. I would love, theoretically, some champions from Breath of the Wild. They have such cool, especially after playing Age of Calamity, those guys would be awesome. You know what's one of my most random that I prayed would get into Smash 4? Do you know who Monita is? Monita? I think she would be perfect in Smash. So she's the robot from Nintendo Land on the Wii U that follows you around, and she's like she says all the stuff, the announcements, and then she'll be like, "Run away," and then it's like her voice. Mm-hmm. I just think she could be like a Game & Watch type character that just has like the whole Nintendo Land roster of, like, you know how they're like kind of cute, like they look like they're made out of wood, like all those things. She could pull out like a sword from Link. She would be like this all-in-one Nintendo character. She could, like, her B could be like the Metroid Zapper. Yeah, and it's all in the style of Nintendo Land. Just could be, such a
super sick
character. I would absolutely love that.
Okay.
That or I'm gonna be honest. Noah from Xenoblade 3 would be epic.
Crazy you say that. Yeah. Because one of mine, I'm going to say off rip, is Mio.
You would want Mio over...
Well, I kind of would want, like, Ouroboros to be a factor, right? Like, in some way, and not like... What they could do is they could do, like... and I would hate it because I like to play, like, tournament legals, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, no items and 3 stocks, yada yada. But they could make it like a final smash. You're in Ouroboros form. That would be insane. But also, that is prime time for a chain attack. Yeah. Because in those games, chain attacks
are insane.
Insane, right? Yeah. But if they incorporated some Ouroboros factor, maybe even, you know, I hate to say that I'm, especially because there's Pyra and Mythra, but like, you know, we're a little spoiled in some mechanics now. But what if there was, right?
That'd be nice.
Because they literally they're connected.
Yeah, they are
in the game, like lore wise. Yeah. So it would make sense that they could do that.
I feel like we couldn't get that though.
Absolutely.
Of the fact that Pyra and Mythra, that would be peak.
I don't want you to think about that.
So Noah and Mio would be the name, or would it be like?
If anything, like,
would they have some?
If I had to pick one though, to like be less of a pipe dream, Mio, because she's so different.
Yeah,
like,
I love her.
We have Shulk. Yeah. We literally have Pyra and Mythra. They're both sword characters. They're, you know what I mean? Like,
I do.
True to the lore,
right?
But Noah would be just that.
He would be another sword
and
character.
He'd just be another version of that. Mio, completely different. She has 2 discs.
Yeah, her
she's
weird
defensive.
Yeah.
She would honestly play different. She would be like one of those characters that I feel, because her thing is all about agility, right? She's like an agility tank.
Yeah.
So her kit would be really reminiscent of, like, very speedy, like Zero Suit Samus. Yeah. Very fragile, but very speedy, and she's about defensive maneuvers. That would be so fun.
I actually completely agree.
Yeah?
Because you know what? We already have a Shulk. I mean, how different would Noah really
That's
be?
what I'm saying,
and
right?
Mio could
Lucky
be
7.
So yeah,
there's be some quirk or gimmick.
So sick.
But
imagine
a whole
his down
character...
B. You can. It's like what's his name from Persona? Like Joker. The way he has like that charge up thing, and then you can like Imagine if he
charge
brings
Lucky
out
7.
Lucky 7 and he has
Well,
like
that's
the,
what I'm
the
saying
big
too.
all over
What
his
if
arm.
that
That'd be
was a
sick.
mechanic of charging your
Oh yeah,
Ouroboros gauge,
Ouroboros,
right?
and then it has like a cooldown.
Yeah.
Okay, I have another one, and I know I said a lot.
Oh
but,
yeah. This is what it.
I actually think this is my ultimate one.
Oh yeah. Now I'm really interested.
Matthew from Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future.
Because he's so different.
He's
right?
so different. I also would love to hear his taunts and I'm feeling full of beans. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. I must be some kind of genius. The punches would be great, but also think about his final smash. I'm so sorry, not his final smash. His smash attacks.
Yeah.
He has Ouroboros punches almost like a stand. You know, in that game, they don't have the full Ouroboros thing.
Right.
So their
like
form
a
kind of... It's like a spirit that shows up behind them. Just like a persona. And so that would be really sick.
That would separate it completely. It
would
from
feel
the
so
other
separate.
characters.
And he is so different because the last Xenoblade characters we got were 2 girls. You know, I'm not saying you have to be girl, boy.
Yeah.
But Matthew is so different from every single protagonist we've ever had in Xenoblade. And he would be a puncher, like a hard brawler, while at the same time, like...
To be honest, that would
be
the only other character I can even think of in Smash with that category, too, would be Mii Fighter and...
Mii Fighter be close, yeah.
And, what's his name?
Don't say Little Mac.
Little Mac. No, but...
Little Mac, I would want him to be like...
No, he's so different,
right.
But I'm saying... That I would like that because he would fit into a wheelhouse of like uniqueness and low.
Where's the other fighter that isn't a Street Fighter type character?
Yeah,
we don't really have those. You're right, Little Mac, but also like I would love a fighter where he is compatible in the air, right? Maybe he has some like grappling like moves, maybe, but just like. Imagine the smash attacks, the shit he would say.
Cool.
I just would.
It'd be really.
That's
cool.
my ultimate. I changed my mind. If we're locking it in now, I want Matthew from Xenoblade Future Redeemed.
I'm going to give you...
God, I love him so much.
I'm going to give you 3 that I got off the top of my head. I'm going to say number 1, this has been a pipe dream for me since Smash 4, Shadow the Hedgehog. All right?
Oh,
because I think specifically it's because of my love for Sonic Battle. Yeah. All right, and we've talked about this a little bit before, but
on the Game Boy Advance.
On the Game Boy Advance, man, like I'm not kidding. Like the way that Shadow, like there's stats in the game with all the characters, and he's got high speed. Sonic's the fastest, like by a lot.
Oh yeah.
Shadow's up there though, but his power is what separates him from Sonic, right?
Yes.
And it would be such a
I'm
duality.
just looking at pictures of Shadow.
Oh my gosh, and just the moves. It's like they already have the kit from Sonic Battle. I'm not kidding, right? He's got chaos control punches. He literally is a grab where you take him, you throw him behind, and you chaos control to them.
That's so tough.
Slam them down.
Imagine,
man.
Oh my god. So that's number 1. What's your other 2?
That is probably my number 1 because of all the things in my head alone. But to be honest with you, Sonic actually kind of plays similar to Smash that is in Sonic Battle. So I guess it's not like super different, but I just wish I liked to play Sonic more, I guess. You know what I mean?
I also completely forgot Waluigi's not in the game. I gotta go Waluigi.
Really?
No.
Please. Don't waste it, bro.
No, but I want him in there.
Wow, you know what's really funny is the colors for this section. You can't see it, but it's yellow and purple.
Oh, Waluigi.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Waluigi time.
And black background, you know. Technically, that's Waluigi, but we got Wario in there, too.
That's true.
Josh, my other one for you is I have a Pokemon, which is a meme because realistically, I wouldn't want to put another Pokemon.
We don't need another.
We don't need another.
We have so many.
But I have always thought Blaziken belonged in Smash Bros.
So good.
Like, seriously,
there's so many good things
I'm shocked he wasn't put in Brawl.
Yeah.
And then he comes out with a Mega, a Pokemon trainer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then we get... Incineroar does make sense, but I looked at Incineroar as like, you should have been Blaziken.
So here's the thing about those. They do the generation that just came out.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, because they just did Greninja, they did Water, Fire, and then next year they're going to do Rillaboom.
Please no, bro.
No, I'm good.
I'm just so happy Mewtwo's there.
Can I say something just for an interesting point? It's not a character. I would love it if they did a... they could charge $20, I don't care. They did a six roster new DLC of just Echo Fighters called the Echo Fighter Pack, and you could do a bunch of things with a bunch of different things. You could do like, I don't fucking know. You could do like another
that'd be cool.
Captain
Honestly,
Falcon,
if I'm being
Blood
real,
Falcon.
Blaziken could be a potential Echo Fighter of Mewtwo.
Of Mewtwo?
Of movement,
yes, absolutely.
Speed, like similar attacks, crazy recovery. He literally is a bird.
Yeah, he's a firebird. He's a falcon.
I'm with you.
So wouldn't that be badass though?
That'd be badass.
Because then you could do like a bunch of different types of
like Captain Falcon. That would also be very okay.
That would be cool.
Bro.
I'm cool with that.
I want to introduce another character that I think this is a community pipe dream, and I thought it was coming true more than Master Chief, to be honest.
Which one?
Dante.
Oh, from the Devil May Cry?
Yes, and not the DMC Dante, like the actual like Dante.
Yeah, not
Dante.
the one that was in fucking Nintendo.
All-Star.
Yeah, All-Star Brawl.
All-Star Brawl? No, that's Nickelodeon.
No, you're right.
PlayStation All-Stars.
PlayStation All-Stars.
Yeah, they're all the same name, bro.
Why do they do that?
It's so funny.
So weird.
Wow. It's only when I say it out loud that I'm like, what the hell? And that would be so cool for so many reasons. And I mean, if you play any of the modern Devil May Cry, you can see that the kit is already there. Yeah. It's like, especially changing weapons on the fly.
And they did Bayonetta.
It's sick. Yeah, of course.
Can't do.
But I am gonna say a wonky one that I have wanted, I think, in my back pocket, and especially since I am playing through Paper Mario right now.
Oh, what are you thinking?
And it's a meme because there's already Mario and Dr. Mario.
You'd want Paper Mario?
But I would want Paper Mario. And specifically, the 1,000-Year Door Paper Mario, because here's the deal.
Yeah.
He would have to play fundamentally very different from the other two Marios, which play basically the same. Okay.
Right.
He would have to be his own kind of wheelhouse, but he couldn't be like Game & Watch, right? He would have to be different. But there are so many things in... You take one huge element of the game out of it, which is badges. I don't even know how they would implement that. Press down B and change your badge. One could be a reflector. One could... That would be nuts, okay? Cool. But what if, like, down B, for example, was a partner change? Because partners is an integral part of the first two Paper Marios. Yeah. He always has a partner with him. So if you change from these party members... I mean, dude, in 1,000-Year Door, you get Kid Yoshi, right? You're, like... I don't know how exactly they would do it, but they've already kind of fucked around with the concept of, like, what's her name? Rosalina and Luma, right? Yeah. So something...
Here's what I'm thinking.
Like that.
I'm thinking it's a mix of kind of Shulk's Monado with a little bit of... just a little bit of difference. So because he's going to be flat like Game & Watch... You would have to have a crazy good moveset to make up for the fact that he isn't very visually interesting.
Yeah.
And they make him have a bunch of either different moves or kind of like Pyra and Mithra are, but with every single different character. They help fight with him. They'll be standing like right next to him. So it'll be Paper Mario and company.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, I don't think I would like it or even playing as it. I'd maybe even feel a little dirty if he played like Rosalina and Luma.
Right.
Like... And I like full control of my character, right, at all times. So if he played kind of like Arsene to Joker...
That's what I'm saying.
Where it's an extension of the move.
It's an extension of the move, but it's a bunch of different extensions of each move, and each move is a little different.
Yeah, like...
And maybe some are a little heavier, so he jumps a little different.
And some spikes, some don't.
Some spikes, some don't.
Oh,
stuff
man.
like that would be
that
really
would
cool.
Be sick.
And I could see that happening because of the lack of designing.
I see what you mean with the Shulk Monado thing.
Yes,
it would
that's
be
what I'm
just
saying.
like that.
But that's a little more extreme, so it'd be like slight little differences, kind of like Pyra and Mithra. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But instead of having to make a bunch of different models for them,
right,
they'd have to...
I also think, like, to be honest with you, it might be insane. It would be actual Pipe Dream legendary status if it was every partner, which I think there's like 8, okay?
In 1,000-Year Door?
1,000-Year Door.
Oh, wow.
They could just do, like, 3. Right?
They could do.
Like, 3 good ones. Like, Yoshi Kid would have to be there.
Gombella.
I think Bobbery.
I think it'd have to be Gombella.
I think it would have to be because she's too iconic. I was literally going to say that. That's perfect. But there's so many good partners and characters. And
I think they could do more.
Joshy, let's wrap our pop topic right there with...
Fun stuff.
Flash Ultimate.
Whoa!
Yes, sir. You
Flash
already
Ultimate.
fucking knew, baby.
I love me.
Yeah.
So you won last time, if I'm not mistaken, right? You did.
I did.
Kazuya? No, you did Terry.
It was Terry.
Yeah, it was Terry.
Yes.
And I don't remember. Oh, it was Hero, because remember how I died?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a classic.
Yeah, right.
Let's get it going, man.
Let's get it going.
So
yeah.
wait, what's the rules?
So,
now?
okay, yeah. Let's recap the rules and for maybe those who missed last episode.
Yes, that's
but
okay.
We are sprinkling in, we're having, on average, 2 sets of Flash Ultimate per episode.
2 sets?
Two
yeah,
sets.
because one at the end.
Yes, and I'm going to,
Cool.
placement-wise,
Yes.
keep it fresh. So Josh, you will not be knowing when I'm announcing it's Flash Ultimate time, but we will pause recording, run a match.
Point, yes.
We're both playing a random character.
Yes.
The winner of the set
Yes.
adds that character and the win mark to their roster, basically.
I'm with it.
Yep, and we're just building it up, so let's get
it.
to it, baby.
Wait, before we start. Ooh,
crispy,
crispy. These are cold.
Yeah, dude, I just put them in. Oh, I put them in last night. I just anticipating today, Joshy. We just wrapped our game of Flash Ultimate. How'd it go?
It went great. Besides that first round, I think we were just getting our footing, right?
Yeah.
Kind of a tough one. I got Snake, you got Incineroar.
Yep. If you know who we are,
we both
we
never
do
play
not
those
play
characters ever, which is why Flash Ultimate is so much fun.
Yeah, actually,
to,
it's
play.
a fucking blast.
It's a blast.
Yeah. So I'm gonna write in here that the results of Smash Ultimate is Sam first round. With Incineroar. To be honest with you, we got down to last life as we usually do. It's always right? Game 3. So if you think about it, that means so you died a total of 9 times, and I died 8, right?
I think.
I would say of the 17 deaths.
I don't think that's right math.
No, it's got to be. Oh well, no, 'cause I'm assuming that we all lost every time then. Yeah. So okay, we had an average of probably 6 deaths a game.
Right? Yeah, I'd say so.
I would say half. Yeah. Comfortably, we killed ourselves.
Possibly more.
Yeah, that first...
Your up B plus my up B, we both kill ourselves so many times.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. They're so unique. I definitely could have not died by pressing side B way earlier. Twice.
Right. Absolutely.
Just how it goes. Yeah.
That's absolutely
no,
true.
that was a fucking blast. I do love this a lot.
That was fun.
Yeah, man. So I got round 2 coming up in a bit here. But Joshy, let's dive into our rendezvous
let's dive
first, my man. Yes. Why don't you catch me up, bro?
Oh yeah. Well,
gaming wise, I mean, we were theory crafting and talking about Xenoblade 3 as we do.
So obviously, I'd say my main thing I'm doing is obviously Xenoblade 3 Future Future Redeemed. Excuse me.
Nice.
Thank you, buddy. Oh man, there was still one sneaking up.
Hey,
you hear that? What the heck?
Yes, sir.
That was weird.
We're getting there, baby.
So I'd say Future Redeem, I'm running like crazy. I love that game so much. Progressing the story while also doing every side quest and trying to complete every part of the map. I'm pretty darn close to completing everything side quest wise. It doesn't seem like I have much more to do. Whatever it is, though, I'm going to do it. I'm going to 100% this. No question. It's actually, I think it's a little more fun, this one to 100% than even just like the base game, because the base game has so much to it, right? And that's obviously beautiful in its own right. There's something so amazing about like starting a new Xenoblade game and just having an entire world to discover. It's discovery. You know what I mean?
Even how
it's incredible.
Somehow each title with its DLC, they all have a unique twist on what exactly there is to do in the world, because it's never just running around and taking pictures, even though you can totally just do that.
Taking pictures.
Well, you know, like pulling out your camera, getting your little disposable out, taking a picture of the beauty that is the landscape on the back of the Bionis. No, like I think I took like over 1,000 screenshots.
Oh my god!
On Xenoblade 3.
A majority of my pictures probably at this point are Xenoblade series related.
Cutscenes, vistas, bro, all that shit. So, no, each one kind of gives you unique side quests.
Oh, yeah.
And beyond the side quests, there's usually like, I don't even know what you call it, like a category of things to do.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Like, for example, something I loved in Xenoblade 2 that was only in Xenoblade 2 base game was like that sending out the...
Oh my god, the hero...
what were they called? Like the little missions.
Yeah.
Because you get command of like the squads.
Yeah, it was...
and you build them with blades.
Dude, I don't remember. Fuck,
I can't remember.
Piss me off so bad.
No, we'll figure
I
it out,
love that though. By the way.
Yeah,
because
one of my favorite things that I really didn't have a good taste for at first.
Yeah.
But it grew on me, and
you didn't like it at first.
Yeah, I just thought it was. I was like, I don't know, like probably a trope from coming from other games who have tried to do these things.
Yeah.
And it just was out of place.
Yeah.
Is how it felt. Right, a forced minigame within a grander game, and this game it's like taking me out of the grander game to do its little things, to like Xenoblade 3 and then Future Redeemed, all the things you can do, right? Like basically it rewards you heavily for going out and killing rare mobs, for going out and doing side quests. You get literal items that upgrade your characters permanently. That is such an amazing incentive.
Epic. It's so
right?
epic.
And then like I know you personally went ham on like the whole community aspect of Xenoblade 1 and 2. That is done in different ways.
Had a really good one.
Right. Yeah. But they're all different, right? Like, and it's amazing.
And I'm currently going ham on the community of Xenoblade Future Redeemed.
Oh, yeah.
I completely agree. And the thing about it, though, is that all those games are so big. There's so much to be doing at every point in time. There's never something you can't do.
There's no downtime.
Even there's random encounters you can have. Like, there'd be, like, question marks on the map.
Right.
You can just go see.
It got to the point where I started ignoring them.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
Me too. I got to that point, too. But it's just so much. And I've done my due diligence of 100%ing a Xenoblade game. The first game, which I would say is much more pretty simple with its side stuff, at least compared to the future installments.
How it grows.
Yeah,
truly,
exactly.
Yeah. I agree.
And so I had my taste for that. I loved it. I don't really know. I don't think I'm gonna. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna go back to Xenoblade 3 and like kind of like map the whole world.
Yeah. Do you have interest to go back and do like the Melia and?
It's so funny, yeah. I kind of do, but at the same time, I'll say more than most other games, it has a bow wrapped on it that is almost like I don't really want to unwrap it, if that makes sense. So you're
thinking only if you're going to replay the game from the start.
If I would, which I don't know if I will. So, I mean, maybe not. 3, I feel like the least of the other games, just because of how powerful the characters' stories are and how much I love that ending. And also, it's one of those games that to be honest, I like what I experienced, and I don't really feel like I need to dig deeper, if that makes sense. Future Redeemed, I feel the complete opposite towards. I feel like there is a serious, if anything, that feels like the culmination of all the games, and that's the game that I want to put everything into. You know, it's such a love letter to the first game, I'm getting nostalgic. I just got to I don't know what I should say, but you know how Prison Island's in it, right?
Yes.
In the Black Mountains, like it's fused with Tantal, so it's kind of like a mix of both.
I don't remember exactly what it looks like, but I remember it coming up in
It's on the title screen. You remember?
Yes, I do. Yeah, absolutely.
So I just got there, and I'm getting nostalgic. I feel like I'm running around. So cool. I already felt that way about Colony 9, but it's like it's just it's such an evolution. It's such an evolution, but at the same time, just a beautiful look where we've been and look where you are now. And not only just for the characters Shulk and Rex, but also like the world. Like, I want to find all the city survivors. I want to follow Matthew. I want to follow A. I want to follow Nicole and Glimmer. And they're like I feel like the characters are set up so perfectly. I couldn't ask for a better roster, to be honest. And I think it's geniusly put through. Like, it literally feels genius. And Matthew, as a character, also just feels so genius. Oh my god! I must be some kind of genius.
I
didn't even mean to say genius like that, but maybe I did.
It's in your blood.
It is.
It's flowing in your veins, bro. I'm stoked you're
it's beautiful,
still
man.
just loving every second
I
of it,
love
truly.
every second. Yesterday, I played almost all day.
Yeah.
Like, until I went over to my family's house. I literally was playing it. Because I sat down, I was going to play, and then I was just... it's one of those games you do one thing, you're hooked, you do another thing, and you keep getting hooked, you keep going. And it's really in depth. I think it's more than any other DLC I've seen from Xenoblade so far.
More than any other DLC.
Yeah,
I've probably
any game
ever seen.
That game was like $25, almost $30 maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it was $30. I don't know. That is worth every penny I've put into it so far.
Yes.
Which is
for
well over 20
also
hours
reference
now.
from like a more recent thing, like the Yuffie mission. That's a part of like the original, the first game in the trilogy, right? Yeah,
or
Final Fantasy VII remake.
Oh, okay.
Right? They came out with one DLC package.
Got you.
That was like they had like DLC, but kind of just like Xenoblade did.
Yeah.
It ended with an actual game called Interlude, right? So or Intergrade. I think it's Intergrade.
Okay.
Yeah. Caleb will be on my ass about this because I haven't beaten it, but I did start it, and I do know that I could just catch up lore-wise by watching like 2 to 3 hours of cutscenes.
Oh yeah.
And it's probably a 5 to 10 hour experience.
Oh yeah.
So just in perspective,
absolutely,
for like the similar cost of how massive you could easily sink 60 hours into this DLC.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
It's
I also my theories and everything that I cook up. This game is revealing things that even I didn't think were still. Yeah.
Crazy.
Still just big reveals and huge things going on. Oh my god, it's so good. But that is not the only game I'm playing. I actually was super hooked on Kid Icarus. I got back on Kid Icarus.
We're back.
I only have 2 more levels and then I'm done with the whole game.
No way, bro.
Swear, yeah.
I'm stoked for you to beat it.
I love it. It is so charming and so just compelling to play. I'll say, like, what I wasn't expecting was big twists in the story where, I don't want to say too much, but
it's genuinely grabbing you.
It is, yeah. Especially like the around like chapter 21 to like 23. Like seriously, like I had to play the next level.
Wow.
It's good. It's really good.
Does it have a thing where it's like each level you play is a chapter?
Yes.
Okay.
So each level is a chapter, and they're pretty long. They're pretty decently long. Could be up to like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Per chapter, and they're usually half
styles.
Right? No. It's like
there's like a shooting element. There's a fighting element.
Yes. There's like a you run around. Land battles versus air battles.
Yeah.
So the first half is usually a land battle, and then you land on the land, which lore wise makes sense because Pit can't fly, so he uses the power of flight, which is guided by Palutena. But things just get a little bit more interesting towards the end of the story.
Oh, shit.
And even just the stuff that happens with Pit. I just love Pit as a character. He is so awesome. I love Dark Pit even more than I thought that I could. Oh, yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
No, it's so epic. It really is epic. Like, it's seriously so well done. Especially for a 3DS game. Come on. So, killer.
It's awesome.
I was using a lot of my play coins. This is actually something I wanted to mention. I've been using so many play coins that I kind of started bringing my 3DS to work while I walked around while I was serving, and just so I can get my play coins up. And I've been
man.
I had like 10,000 steps the other day. That it maxes out at 10 play coins you can get per day, but
right.
Yeah, I'm up to like.
Yeah, I forgot. It takes a while to grind.
It does to grind those bad boys up, but I've been using them to get the trophies, so it's nothing crazy.
Yeah,
but
nothing new for Joshy.
Not at all. Not at all. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then were you gonna ask something?
I was just gonna ask if there was any other games, or was that kind of like what you've been doing?
Yeah, that's basically it for the most part. Keeping up on checking in on my Tomodachi life, actually.
Oh yes,
yeah,
which
buddy.
Joshie gave you the whole rundown.
I actually didn't give you even close to all the things that I love, because I didn't even get to mention, which I won't say too much, but there's a whole relationship aspect. You help your characters propose, which is so funny.
That's crazy.
I love it. And it's all zany, just wacky scenarios. Sure. If you propose to someone and someone else is in love with someone else, they'll show up at the proposal. I've had up to 3 people show up, and they'll literally be like, and you even have like girlfriend proposal. You'd be like, I want you to be my girlfriend, like that kind of stuff. And people show up, and then I've had before where someone showed up and been like, no, wait, I'm in love with you, and then someone else will show up and be like, no, who are you choosing? And sometimes they'll choose none of them. Or they'll choose one person. I've had them choose someone who showed up. Is there a chance
they don't listen to what you say? Or, like, do you have a say?
So you have a say kind of in the sense of, like, when you're asking them, you have to wait for the other person to be thinking about them. But it'll be, like, switching. It'll be, like, they'll be thinking of steak. And they'll be thinking of, like, a Nintendo Wii. And they'll be thinking of, like, a picture. And then they'll be thinking of the me's face. And that's when you have to ask the question. Okay. And it's, like, a 3-parter, basically. I love Tomodachi Life. I could talk about it all day.
Man. Yeah, so you gave me quite a bit of a rundown, which was, I probably feel like we were just on the subject of Tomodachi Life for like a good half hour.
Oh, yeah.
At least.
And
there was a lot. There is so much to that. I definitely see, even though I disagree heavily with foregoing a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake.
But at least you can see why
but I do see now why I would play Tomodachi World.
Tomodachi World needs to come out. Yeah. I need it.
Nintendo, you
so
hear it, bro?
That I've been playing a little bit, and then I just went over to my parents' house, like I said, and I watched the first 2 Planet of the Apes movies again, and those movies are just amazing.
Better watching again too.
I'd say yeah. It's so much. I don't know. It's that first initial experience is amazing. But knowing where it goes, it's kind of beautiful seeing, especially the first one, having it all set up and seeing the Caesar is just such an amazing character. Like he's so good. Dude. Like as you heard, me and Drew were having a pretty heated debate about.
They were literally screaming.
We weren't really even talking about Caesar too much. We were talking about another character, Koa. So it's that kind of movie where you can just talk about it, and that's something I can't wait to do, is just discuss it more with Drew, and hopefully I can go over soon to watch the last one, and then I want to go with him to the movie theater and watch the new one that's in theaters right now. I hope it's still in theaters, actually. I saw it a little bit ago.
I want to say it is. I gotta look up, because Kendall was just saying she wants to go see that new, I think, Inside Out 2.
Oh, yeah, that's coming out.
I think it's coming out Friday.
Yeah.
In 2 days. 3 days.
It is.
Josh, you mind if we take a break real quick?
Yeah, man, no problem.
We'll come back and wrap up the Rendezvous and dive into all of the info.
Let's dive.
Episode, baby. Dude, I had to put on like 6 of these Band-Aids. These are like the new skin Band-Aids. You ever seen these? Mm-mm. They're my favorite Band-Aids ever, bro.
They look nice.
They're like you know when you get a tattoo and there's like that second skin?
Yeah.
It's like that as a Band-Aid. So it like actually like medicates and heals it for you.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is, like, they're waterproof and everything, but like they start, if you move, and especially at work, I'm always using my hands, so it like peels back, and then you get liquid in there, it's game over.
Done deal.
So I put like 6 on, and it just looked like a big like thing on my hand, right?
Nice.
Almost got all the way healed, but it was starting to like really irritate me, so now it's got a fresh one on. I tried putting on liquid bandage, but it's like right on my knuckle, unfortunately.
Impossible
so
to deal with.
No, that's what I'm saying. So, Joshy, before we dive in,
yes,
the only thing I really have to catch up is Paper Mario. Still going through that with Kendall. Actually, we are in pretty much my favorite part of my favorite part of the first part of the game. If that makes sense, right? It's pretty much my favorite chapter.
It's like the fighting ring.
Yes, it's Glitz Pit.
Nice.
It's Rock Hawk, which I'm pretty sure he's a spirit. Isn't he?
I don't think he is.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. He's iconic.
They don't have a lot of Thousand Year Door representation
That's
in
such a shame,
Smash,
to be honest with you.
But I was hoping they would. They'd have more Like a spirit update, because they've been doing that for all the other games.
Yeah,
they did that
very grateful they did that with the icons, at least.
Oh, yeah.
Because I love that stuff, bro. You know I'm a sucker for them icons and themes if they
You know what I just realized recently was that I have all the Xenoblade 3 icons. Do you remember how we did that?
No, how do we do that?
I gave you my Switch, and you went through and you bought them all.
Yes, because I didn't want you to be spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I have every single one, including the ones from Future Redeemed.
That's
that's how
funny.
that's how I changed it to Rex.
Yeah, because I was like, ooh, you probably shouldn't see these.
Yeah,
dude.
I shouldn't.
I'm
glad I didn't
mention that Pipe Dream would be actually like if I was gonna pick any Xenoblade character to be in Smash.
Really?
Jin/Rex, Adult Rex.
Oh, Adult Rex would be so peak.
Yeah,
so
I feel like it would be less significant because literally its Pyre and Mithra are already in the game.
In there.
Like not just as Xenoblade characters, but you know, right?
Yeah.
The swords. It's the same sword. So
it is.
Jin would basically be Sephiroth 2.0. I'm just saying, man.
He uses a similar sword, doesn't he?
He's like he literally is the Xenoblade.
Well, it's designed by the same
universe,
guy,
right? Yes, of Sephiroth, right? Also, need I remind you that in our lore discussion long time ago,
he's even like a
Jin. Is based on Sephiroth because Sephiroth was Takahashi's idea. In his pitch.
Really?
Yes, dude. Yes.
So that's kind of Takahashi's baby a little bit.
He despite whatever Square says, Takahashi definitely had a hand in the birth of Sephiroth because he brought about the idea of the Sephiroth, which is like under some like one of like the mythologies, right? Like a religion that like talks about like basically like the belt of life, and it's like basically the chakras, and like know. To achieve godhood and the upper domain, you have to be pure and perfect in all the realms. But obviously, humanity's not. So the like, what is it? The 9 realms, just following under Norse mythology too. They or maybe it's 13, but it's always like 7, 9, 13 or something. They all fall, and that becomes the lower domain. Right. That is called in the mythology the Sephiroth.
That's it.
So
he said,
It's Sephiroth.
He said, I love that character. I'm gonna put it in my game too.
Basically, I'm gonna make it.
Takahashi's such a genius. He's literally a genius of his time.
He is Oda. I'm just telling you, like like on that level of like
Oda.
Like
Oda.
Akira Toriyama. Like seriously, he's there.
Oh yeah.
Joshi, I feel like we should jump into the cast, and I want to give a preface real quick of what to expect. This is going to be a very information heavy cast.
Okay.
The news, it is definitely like if we're talking a thematic of the episode, this is all based on headline news. We had a lot happen this week. This is perfect because last week we were talking about predictions.
What we wanted.
And and specifically we kept in the wheelhouse of kind of the upcoming Nintendo Direct.
Yes.
So we don't have any info on that yet.
Okay.
So what we do have, though, it's kind of nice because it's separating from all the other info that I thought would be necessary.
We'd probably focus a lot on Nintendo if
not completely. Yeah, so
that's our bread and butter,
take you through. Yeah, no, it is, man. We're Nintendo fanboys at heart. I will never say otherwise. Like seriously, it's just I'm true to my roots. You know what I mean? So, Joshi, let's begin the multitap, shall we? Yeah, let's do it. My friends, welcome to the official Flash Brothers podcast. Actually, I will write the time right here in my handy dandy notebook. I already know, baby.
It's literally straight from Blue's Clues.
It's straight from Blue's Clues, bro. Let's give the pitch.
Yes.
This weekly show is essentially two best friends sharing casual discussions centered around our collective interests in passion.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I like the way you said that, too.
Yeah, dude, it's nothing but true.
That's right.
Have to.
That's right.
We blend our retro and modern topics framed around gaming, anime, and our further diverse and individual passions, whatever they may be.
Could be a lot of stuff.
And
could be
to
games,
be honest
could be
with
Planet
you,
of the Apes.
the main topic today is not gaming related. So I'll say that much, right?
I'm interested.
So sometimes
you got me hooked.
That's how it goes. I'm really excited. It's almost like an off-topic main topic, if you will.
I like the idea.
Our focus is set on spreading positive vibes within the duality of informal yet comprehensive and informative content.
I love it.
While building up a vibrant community where you can become a part of the crew, my friends.
Sir.
Our episodes drop every Saturday at 5 a.m. or if like last Saturday, I ended up staying up really late and didn't get it done,
oops,
then it'll just drop on Saturday.
There
but
you go.
We aim to get every episode dropped Saturday by 5 a.m. with Pregame, our one of our more consistent preliminary series. That's right. A part of our premium content package,
it is.
Which we will mention in a moment. That drops 24 hours in advance, so you can get that. Access to that. It's posted on Spotify, but you can actually get it on any audio platform of your choosing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Every Friday.
Even YouTube Music?
Even YouTube Music, which, by the way,
it's magic.
Our podcast is available everywhere, including YouTube Music. And if you prefer that, like Joshy, that's where you can check it out. I personally use Spotify, and we want to fit the bill for everybody. Bless you, Joshy.
I agree.
Yes, sir. However, Joshy, I got a question. What if I want to get plugged in?
Oh, that's a fantastic idea.
What if I got stuff I want to input in the show?
Yeah. Well, that's a fantastic idea.
It is.
If you are a Patreon sponsor, you can DM us directly through Patreon.
That's right.
But we also have a Gmail. You can email us anything, questions, comments, concerns, even if you even just want to say hi.
Yes.
You could email us.
You can.
I would actually, I think that'd be really sweet if someone did that. If you just wanted to say hello.
Drop an email.
It's at flashbrospodcast@gmail.com. Sorry,
right.
Not at.
No, but it is. It's at.
Is it?
Yeah, but when you do the address, you only do the one at.
Yes.
Yeah, right before Gmail.
So it's flashbrospodcast
at
gmail.com.
Yes, you got it, Joshy. Or you can also check out our Spotify Q&As.
Oh, yeah.
Which we have each and every episode. Ooh. But Joshy, we do have something I mentioned called the Gold Tier Sponsors. You already know. And these are basically a list of perks you get for and full access to our library of premium content.
That's right.
Which, since, as we mentioned at the beginning of the episode, we're almost at a year. Oh, yeah. And we already have a pretty good, consistent
What
flow.
number of pregame?
We just are recording and going to drop today pregame 18.
Whoa.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at that.
Which we started halfway through season 2, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Yeah. About exactly halfway, actually. So, already 18 weeks of that.
Look at that.
Which is crazy,
Look
man.
at that.
So, it's about... we already passed, like, the double age, where the episode number is, like, double
the pregame is?
Or did we?
Pregame?
I don't know if we did. Well, because eventually, whenever you have two numbers, one's going to catch up to the halfway point, but then it never goes back.
It never could.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think we're there yet, actually.
It's just like being born.
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
Someone can never be older.
Yeah, like, your father. Right. At one point, you will be half his age.
It's true.
And then you'll never go back.
And you'll never be there ever again.
So, I don't think we're there yet. Well, wait, let's do the math. So, if we have 19, that'll be 43, 20, 44, 21, 45. We're getting closer, right?
So when would it be?
So
23?
21 be 46, 22, 47, 23. Ooh, are we going to miss it?
Oh, no.
I'll have to look ahead.
Gotta make sure.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it aligns up. But Joshy, our Gold Tier sponsorship includes special recognition during each and every episode.
It's a great perk.
Special shout out. It is, man. You might say the most important.
Oh, right? I would say so.
Because we want everyone to make them feel like family because it's all genuine. We feel like you are family. We are all connected here.
Because we are.
Yes, we are, man. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
So, access to all, as I said, all of our episodes in our premium library.
Full library.
Yes, which, as I alluded to earlier, a little something with Johnny, I am recording tomorrow, and I don't know the exact details yet of when this will be dropping, but look forward to more. That's all I can say.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm with you.
The ability as well to send your messages directly to us via DM on Patreon, just like Joshy said.
Yes.
And exclusive channel access within our community Discord server.
Yes.
Which we have a link to that on our Patreon as well. Go check that out.
Wonderful.
And a membership price lock-in, so you'll never pay more even if we increase the price eventually.
That's like an investment. Yeah.
It is.
One day.
Yeah, so jump in at $5 a month.
Oh.
You're paying that forever. Even if something goes on with your bank, even if you get a new card, you forget. Not canceling.
Nope.
They actually will never cancel for you.
Never does until
you're
you
on
physically
board
cancel.
Until you don't want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once you're part of the crew,
you're locked in, baby.
You're locked in. We're not going to let you leave. You know what I'm saying?
No. Not for a second.
And we want to say, your support genuinely means the world to us. Genuine growth for the channel. We love and appreciate it so much.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
I was going to say the same thing, Sam.
Were you?
I was.
Joshy, were you also going to say I have a list here of our gold tier sponsors.
That's crazy. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Hey, man. Who's the first one?
Technically you, but I guess we were thinking at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I also have a list in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you were to pick one from the top of your head because you don't have the list in front of you.
I do. Don't lie to me. Don't lie.
I turned it away.
Ah, you did. Why'd you do that?
Well, because I have to test your memory.
Okay.
Obviously.
I think I could name everybody.
Yeah.
You want to see if I can?
Let's do it.
I don't know if I remember all the nicknames because you got those written down.
I do.
But I think I can go from the
I'll shout out the nicknames
beginning.
After. Yeah.
Okay.
Start from the top.
Start from the top. We got Annette Anderson.
We do. Mama Annie.
Mama Annie. That's the name. Yes.
Shout out.
Mama Annie. We love her so much.
We love her.
We love the
big support for the channel.
We love the familial connections we have here. It's wonderful.
Yes, it is wonderful.
After her, I'm pretty sure it's Kendall.
Kendall,
yeah,
Queen Kendi. She is actually number 3. We got someone there who's been around a long time.
Donald Duck.
It's Donald Duck.
That's right, baby, Donald Duck. Which is his own nickname, basically.
Yes.
You know?
He doesn't even need. We call him Ducky Doo.
Ducky Doo. Ooh, I like it.
Ducky Doo.
I'm gonna say after Kendall, it's gotta be.
I got hints.
Johnny.
Johnny is
Bravo.
number 5. Johnny Bravo. You got the nickname, baby. John Rao the 4th.
There's someone in between. Oh, it's Sweet A.
It is Sweet
A. It is Sweet A.
I'm giving a shout out.
Yeah, of course. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm missing them because I'm thinking of everybody at the same time because they all are just as important to me.
Well, time doesn't exist. It
time
all
doesn't
matters, right?
outside of Origin. That's right. Yeah. So check out Adrel Sweet A on Twitch. He does Twitch streaming. Super funny guy. Absolutely hilarious. It's at Sweet A. That's Sweet AYEEE. Don't forget those 3 E's. They're pretty darn important.
Yes.
Because then you won't be able to find him at twitch.com.
No.
/
Twitch.tv. You also won't find him at .com. Guys, don't listen to it. It's
actually,
TV.
You know what? See what'll come up.
Yeah.
Try.
Well, something might come up.
Something could.
Yeah. Sweet
I don't
A.
know. Sweet
Doppelganger.
Doppelganger.
I do want to say,
on
the subject of John Rao the 4th,
yes.
I'm sprinkling in kind of things more sporadically on the show, including like party chat, which I got coming up in a sec. But I do want to say, Johnny, if you missed it, we will be covering things that were announced this last week. And something that I didn't put in the news, but I immediately thought of Johnny. Was that a part of one of the showcases? I'm pretty sure it was the Xbox showcase.
Okay.
Was the Metal Gear Solid Delta new trailer.
Let's go.
Check it out,
Is he excited for it? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
He is?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Even though Kojima's not connected?
Right. But it seems like they're honestly doing it justice. Just from everything they have been, they're not really revealing too much.
Yeah.
They're obviously, excuse me.
Bless you.
This is kind of a potential. What I see from the outside, not really being a huge Konami fan myself, is that Konami's been doing dirty to their fan base, specifically the Metal Gear Solid fan base, because of what happened politically behind the scenes with Kojima. So then they come out with like Metal Gear Survive,
garbage.
And they're basic, and then I think they just pulled the plug and basically haven't released shit, right? And even like they released like a Castlevania little like
a
collection or two, and that's kind of it, right? Like and nothing like super new,
right?
So my understanding is when they dropped the trailer, which was years ago, I'm pretty sure at this point, like 2 or 3, so much hype because they're also showing it off in a way almost like Resident Evil, where this is an actual full-fledged remake, even though it's not the same team or even guy. Making it, if you make it faithfully, then you don't need him. To be honest,
that's all you need. To be honest,
that's all you need. The blueprint is already there.
Right, the blueprint is there, and if you have love and care, then
that's what you need.
Yeah,
truly.
That's what it really comes down to. Because I love everything Akira Toriyama does, but he wasn't connected to Dragon Ball GT, and I still love Dragon Ball GT. You know, it was made without him.
Absolutely.
But still, come on, I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, what I really like and respect of what they're doing is they're not showing too much too early, right? Nice. And like we've seen this with many, like Final Fantasy did that with 7 Remake, and they did it with 13. Remember how delayed that was? Yeah. I mean, it was. I actually said 13. That also was very delayed, but 15. You remember that whole cycle, right? And it was even called Versus 13, and then they didn't say anything. Yeah. And then they, in this case, there's no, like, even after this trailer,
Yeah.
which looks insane,
Yeah.
and looks like it has come a long way, and
Nice.
it's going to be.
Is it gameplay or
I don't.
kind of a cinematic?
I only saw screenshots.
Okay.
I think there was gameplay in there.
Okay.
But no release date.
Yeah.
Yeah, or even release window. I respect that. Okay, they're taking their time.
Take your time,
Yeah.
cook it up nice. Don't try to hit any kind of stupid quotas or some kind of
Yeah,
I don't like
mean,
it.
obviously, like, think about making money off of your baby, but if money is your focus,
then don't
it
make
will
it.
ruin it. No,
Don't
it
do
will,
it.
bro.
No.
Let's keep going. Bless you, brother.
So shout out Johnny's After Sweet A.
Yes.
It's Johnny Bravo or John Bravo the Fourth, as we call him.
As we call him.
And then I believe it's Lene Lovelady.
That is correct.
Yeah, the
brother.
Superwoman herself.
Yes.
Is it what's her nickname? I forget it.
Oh, Lene Lovelady?
Yes.
Yeah, the superhero.
Oh, is that her nickname?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
okay.
no, her nickname is actually just Lene Lovelady because
nice.
it's
already the best nickname you could ever have.
Yes.
No one could have a better one.
No, that's
and that's
what I'm
what she
saying.
was given.
Yeah.
That's pretty based.
It's
if you ask
based,
me.
bro.
Based as a mug.
Yeah.
And then after, I'm pretty darn certain it's Mikey, right?
Of
Mikey
the
Sandoval.
Sandoval
The Sandoval 7.
With a shout out to
Taden Sandoval,
that's right.
the man himself
Absolutely,
who listens
man.
to the pod. Love you, little buddy.
Yeah,
You're
love you, bro.
part of the Flash cast.
That's right.
Or the what do we call it? The Flash Force. That's it.
That's right.
That's right. And then
ultimate
after
Flash Force.
Mikey is
Yeah, you know. So this will be number 8.
Number
and we have
8?
9.
Right. Oh, so it's Big Daddy Mike.
Big Daddy Mike.
Yeah,
you
I
already
like
know,
it.
baby.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
My father,
When I
the
think
man
of your
himself.
dad like suiting
Yes.
up, I honestly think of the
Yeah.
BioShock.
The Big Daddy.
The Big Daddy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, he's like, all right, I'm not fucking around.
Yeah. Puts his shit on.
You don't even
Takes
need
care of business.
like he'll do it like in humility. You don't even know who I
Absolutely.
am. I'm just gonna do what
Absolutely.
needs to be done.
I also, he fed me today. He made me a breakfast
Bless
sandwich.
him.
2 of them, delicious, by the way. He makes the best breakfast sandwiches you'll ever have in your life. They're
That's
delicious.
Crazy.
The eggs
I've never
are
had
like runny, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's cut in half, and when you take it apart, it's like
dude.
American cheese sausage. Oh my God, he makes the best ever. So
Bacon?
shout out my dad. He could if you asked, but
Yeah,
I'm not
Shout out.
too crazy about bacon to be
Yeah,
honest with you.
I on the other hand am a bacon fiend.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
I'm like 8 pieces of
Oh,
bacon on my
you
BLT
load it
type
up.
of guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
you load it up.
Absolutely. My Jersey
Yeah.
Mike's did extra bacon. So
Extra
that's
bacon.
what I'm saying.
And then after should be
Number 9, the newest. member.
Azzy Huncho.
Azarel Huncho.
Azarel Huncho. Big
My man.
Azzy Huncho.
Big
Azzy Huncho. A plug to him as
the
well,
hunch.
by the way.
Hunch.
Hunch?
Hunch.
Is there a hunch?
Hunch in the house, baby.
Check him out on YouTube.
Yep.
That's at AzzyX Huncho.
That's right.
Check him out. He is fantastic. He's really going ham on YouTube. He's doing
That's
a bunch
so
of really
awesome.
cool stuff.
Yeah, he's playing through.
He's doing Odyssey. He's also playing
Odyssey,
through Luigi's
yes.
Mansion and a couple
Like
other
3?
really fun games. Yeah, the one on Switch.
Hell yeah.
Super
Yeah,
awesome.
That's awesome.
Check him out.
Yes, man.
Always
Yeah.
worth it. Check everyone out.
Very
Fuck it.
talented.
I don't
yeah.
know.
Special shout out, by the way,
Yes.
to the remaining. We already mentioned Johnny Bravo and Sweet A.
Sweet A.
They're part of our Flash Force
Oh,
officially
yeah.
because they
Oh,
have
yeah.
been a
They've been
part
in an
of
episode.
at least one episode.
That's right.
As well as more Dory.
Yes,
You have to
sir.
check out his
One of the
YouTube channel.
The first
One of
person we ever had.
That's right.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he
God.
really. You remember how this even all like got instigated? It was
Yeah.
like we all maybe had like some kind of like pipe dream like this.
Yes.
But then we literally met Tyler and the boys.
Oh, yeah.
Of YouTube House.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So Smash House cross YouTube House
Yes.
was the first crossover. And they all did YouTube with a couple of them hitting over 1 million.
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
And they were a big inspiration to us, no doubt, man.
Oh, no question.
Yeah, and
no question at
then Dory, like within
Yeah.
6 months, made it happen.
Doing the
and
YouTube,
so,
baby.
yeah, his YouTube channel, guys. I don't think he's making anymore and won't
No,
for a minute.
But they're worth watching.
But they are all worth watching.
Definitely worth.
It's youtube.com/moredory.
There you
Check
go.
that out.
More
And
Dory.
next up is Baywatch Brad.
Oh, yeah.
Our man Shadow Buddy or Shadow Buddy Music on
man.
every audio platform. He makes all the music
The incredible music
for
you hear
our
on
productions.
on
Yes,
our
man.
show.
Yeah, and I do have some other things that I've gathered as like sound bits and just other like files, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I want to get all of the music 100% straight from
I'm with it.
Brad, even sound effects.
Oh,
I want him
yeah.
to like make me like a Mario sound
Oh,
effect. So
yeah.
I think that would be sick,
That
bro.
would be sick, man.
And
do
the last member of the Flash Force
Ooh.
is Demon Hunter Caleb as an additional co-host to the show.
Yes.
Which brings me to party chat real quick,
Oh,
Josh.
yeah.
In episode 41, I asked what is on your most wanted list from the Summer Games Fest, which we will be discussing in our news flash. And he answered Black Myth Wukong, definitely.
Oh my gosh, dude. Have you seen the trailer for that game?
No. I saw
Holy
screenshots,
crap.
but I saw the first trailer. And it already
like the
looked,
gameplay trailer?
Yeah, like the one. I think they showed a trailer last year, and it was crazy. Like I think they
watched
did
it
it at
with
State
you.
of Play.
Or no? Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Honestly,
It looks so cool.
new trailer crazy.
Yeah. I haven't seen the new one.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
But I just watched the gameplay trailer.
Well, there's a lot of hype for it, so I'm
It looks
I'm excited
awesome.
to see what happens. I forgot who makes it.
I don't know either.
Yeah,
I
might
think
be
it's
Team Ninja.
It's a Souls-like, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be skipping it then, but it looks cool.
It looks cool, man. And he said Phantom Blade Zero. I honestly no idea what game that is.
Phantom Blade? I don't either.
But I remember
But
the
that
game
sounds
called
sick.
Katana Zero, so if it's anything like that or by the same devs, I am definitely interested.
Yeah.
And he said, among others, thanks for writing in, Caleb. Joshy,
Yes. We love you.
you know how we love to kick off our show.
Oh, I know.
Yes, especially in Season 3.
Yes.
However,
Yes.
I need to kick off my bladder
Oh.
and take a quick break.
That's okay.
We'll be right back, baby.
Kick it off.
All right, we are back. Joshy,
We're back and
it's
better.
now time
Let's
to
get it.
officially kick off our show
Let's get it.
with the headlines
Yes.
of the week.
Yes.
How are we doing this? We should.
What do you mean? How are we setting it up?
Yeah.
News flash like that.
Yeah.
Let's do
it's
it.
perfect. Okay, so it's time
Yes.
for the
News flash.
news flash of the week.
That was
I
tough.
like the zoom.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we got it locked in, brother.
Clocked into
As
the locked-in
he's
factory.
dying, yeah.
That's right, man.
Absolutely. All right, Joshy. So, let's
Yes.
start with the
Yes.
patch notes. I got the forecast for the week. Actually, I wrote this down yesterday. It
boy.
went up by 4 degrees.
Oh, we
Both
love
directions for the high and low. The low tonight
Oh,
in Phoenix,
goodness.
Arizona of 75 and a high of 109. It is
right.
getting toasty. Could
It
you
is
feel it last
toasty.
week?
Well, last week, yes, for sure. Today, I felt it.
Today.
Yeah, when I was leaving my my parents' house.
Yeah, as soon as
Walked
you walked
outside,
outside.
so
Oh,
hot.
dude. Yeah. It's like a
But
heat
it was-
stroke and a half.
It says 110 was the max today.
So it just keeps going up.
Apparently.
Yeah. Because I
Barely.
I changed it and checked this morning, and it went up from 105. Crazy.
Yeah, so that was around the time I was leaving my parents' house, which was around this time, right?
Ooh.
2 or 3.
2
so
or 3.
It was 108 or 109. By that
Yeah.
time, I was leaving.
That's what I'm saying. All right, Joshy.
Yes, sir.
The headline
Yes, sir.
of the week for our newsflash is Summer Games Fest 2024. Every big announcement.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So this is a list I have of basically copy and paste from IGN.
Good stuff.
I have a small tidbit, which I was thinking for time's sake, because we have a lot of info to cover this episode. And there's a bunch of sub news that I'm going to have you cycle through and let me know if you want to get into it. But I also have a bunch of updates I'm going to say regardless. So I thought I'm going to go down the list of the games.
Okay.
And you let me know if you want me to add in the tidbit. Each tidbit I have is about a paragraph long.
Okay.
Like,
This is a great idea.
By paragraph, I mean like 2 sentences that are really long sentences.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I'm with
it's
it.
not that much.
Yeah,
Okay.
But
The first, yeah. But you're with it.
I'm with it 100%.
Okay. Sweet. Let's get started with the first game on the list is Lego Horizon Adventures.
Oh, yes, I saw this.
You saw this.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I think we should say the tidbit about this. This is
Okay.
really interesting. If you don't know what Horizon means in this,
Yes.
you are definitely thinking right if you're thinking Horizon Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn.
That's exactly
you say
what
not
it is.
Horizons, the weird meta thing.
Right, no,
No one
seriously.
likes that.
So the tidbit is Aloy's, my bad. Aloy's
yes.
adventure through a post-apocalyptic wasteland
So
just
wild.
got a lot cuter
Cute.
and silly. Lego Horizon Adventures is an isometric Lego fled take on Guerrilla Games' open world adventure series, and it's coming to Switch, PS5, and PC later this year.
What a wild game! I never could have seen that coming a thousand.
No,
with even
no,
1,000,
bro. This
visions.
is very interesting to me, to be honest with you.
Weird.
Because my peak of Lego games was the Lego Star Wars games, and to be honest, there was still that kind of charm with Indiana Jones, but I think I had more personal bias.
Lego Indiana Jones.
With dude, it was really good, but I had such a childhood love, nostalgically for Star Wars and it was just done in that charming way, before the voice acting, before any of that, and it just done really well. So, to be honest, this might be the direction the series needs.
For sure, I was gonna say I'm trying to
modern partnerships like this.
Yeah, I'm trying to access Google Images, but I'm pretty sure that there was a Lego set that was dropped.
I think there was
for like the tower that you climb in the game. Yeah, it was.
Yes,
I just found it.
Yeah, dude, the
little
big
Lego alloy
gazelle things.
Yeah.
Hear me out, Joshy.
So that's pretty cool.
What if Pipe Dream made realized Final Fantasy VII remake Lego?
What?
What if?
I would say that's cool, but I don't think that'd be the coolest. You know what I thought you were gonna say?
What?
Lego Zelda. Come on, man.
That
would be epic.
I'm gonna be real.
That'd be sick.
My thought process of Lego and Nintendo working together was lower than Lego and Square Enix.
But the thing is, Lego and Nintendo are working together.
But with their IP, I mean, they are. They are.
You know what I mean?
On the shelves.
Yeah,
You're right.
On the shelves.
But Nintendo is so picky about who makes their games.
But what would you do with Lego? Lego
Mario Odyssey.
That would be sick. They do have Lego Mario too.
Sets and whatnot. Yeah.
I think it's possible. Just because the reason I say it's possible is because of Mario X Rabbids. It's the only reason I think it's possible.
That's also true.
So I can see a Lego game company being like, "Hey, can we use this?" Yeah. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
It's a new era of Nintendo. We don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see how this game turns out.
Yeah, this is interesting.
The next game on this list is Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. Would you like to hear the tidbit?
Not really.
Yeah.
Just being honest.
Yeah, I get it.
Unless you want to.
To be honest, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't read any of these myself.
Oh, okay.
By the way, yeah. So I wanted to keep it kind of fresh for myself as well.
No, we can both vote. I'm saying
no.
I'm saying
And to be honest, I'm not really looking. I do really like the movie series that is coming out, the Fantastic Beasts.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And where to find them, and then there's they had the second movie. I think they have a third movie too.
Yeah.
Those are all fantastic.
They're wrapped up.
Are they?
Yeah, they're done.
Oh, I didn't.
It was a trilogy.
It was a trilogy. Mm-hmm. Okay, I need to see. I think the second and third one, but I think I saw the second.
I saw the first one. That was always
the first one's amazing.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really care for it.
Really?
I thought it was okay. I remember watching it and thinking it was pretty cool, but it didn't. It wasn't even one of those things where I was like, I want to see where this goes.
Yeah.
I just didn't find Newt Scamander that interesting as a character.
See, I kind of did because
I didn't see where it could go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Not trying to be a hater. I love Harry Potter.
But I am on the other side.
Yeah.
So the only real thing that's interested me has been that new Harry Potter game that came out last year. Right?
Yes. Hogwarts Legacy.
Yes.
My mom beat that game. Did I tell you about that?
No.
She doesn't play video games.
No, you told me she was playing it.
Yes,
but she beat it.
Yeah, she beat it. And she was showing me her
she
farm.
Loved it?
She loved it. All done with it. She finished it. She isn't playing it anymore. My mom doesn't play video games. She just beat the whole game. It's
be
crazy.
honest.
I can't believe it.
So it sounds like I would look at the title, to be honest, and think this isn't even the same devs.
Right.
So no idea what this is, but whatever.
Cool.
We'll see. You know, obviously we'll bring it up again.
Yeah.
If it looks like a smash hit.
Sure.
All right.
Why not?
The next game on this list, Josh, is Cuff Bust. The developer behind horror train game, Choo Choo Charles. I have no idea.
What the hell is Choo Choo Charles?
I don't know.
Huh.
But it's coming out in 2025, so look forward to that.
Okay.
We got Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, which...
Are you a Civ fan?
I'm not a Civ fan, but I do know Civ fans, I feel like there's a hardcore community.
Yeah,
Civilization games.
My older sibling loves Civ.
Yes.
6 was the last one?
Yeah. Yeah, canonically that would make sense. We're about to get 7, so I'm thinking that is a very big deal.
Timeline-wise?
Yeah,
It's a cool time.
The next game is Street Fighter 6.
I thought that came out.
It did. It did come out, actually.
Oh.
Specifically, 2 years ago.
Huh.
New characters.
Oh, no way.
Bringing in Capcom and SNK characters.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And by Capcom, I mean, obviously Capcom makes Street Fighter, but specifically the Capcom versus SNK series, they're bringing in characters from that game.
Pretty cool.
So, I think it says M. Bison, Fatal Fury's Terry Bogart.
Let's go.
Yeah. Mai Shiranui.
Yeah, she's from Fatal Fury.
Okay.
Or the King of Fighters series.
And Street Fighter 3's Elena.
Okay.
Yes. So, I'm not really a Street Fighter guy.
I'm also not a fan of Street Fighter, but I also respect it, and I love it. And I like cool announcements for those kind of games.
Definitely.
Where it's
and showing ongoing love.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because, if anything,
and Terry, that's
I think
awesome.
we can relate from afar because of our love for Smash.
Of course.
So, I know how we felt with every announcement.
If Terry's in it, baby, hey.
Bro.
I was hyped for Terry, and I didn't even know
yeah.
what he was from.
No, same.
I love Terry.
I really want to see like his moves online when they show
Yeah,
off. Yeah,
I
they're
agree.
really cool. The next game
Yes.
you might be interested in, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So the Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi series returns with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero this fall. And
God,
it's coming to PS5,
so cool.
PC, and Xbox October 11th.
I love it.
Look forward to that.
I love
We've got
it.
Fatal Fury, City of Wolves.
Oh, a new Fatal Fury.
A new Fatal Fury, yeah. New trailer dropped, coming to PC,
Very
PS4,
cool.
PS5, and Xbox,
cool.
as well as showing new fighters.
Very cool.
B. Genet and Vox Reaper.
Good stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Love it.
Then we got Monster Hunter Wilds, which... Again, I'm not really like a big like Monster Hunter World was like I was a fan from afar. I literally saw it at E3 right when they debuted it.
Yeah.
And I have a picture with the Rathalos. Like it was so cool.
That is cool.
But I just am not and don't think I ever will be a Monster Hunter guy.
But you can understand the love for it.
But I can.
Yeah,
Yes.
I do too. I get the plan, the strategy. It's such a cool idea.
Yeah.
I also love the monsters because like they are this weird hybrid between dragons and like dinosaurs. Like they look almost dinosaur-esque. And I like that.
And very original.
Very original.
Yeah.
They don't
especially
feel like
for
generic.
you, I think, because you have a personal like just intake historically of actual like dinosaurs and things like that. So you can probably appreciate the things that are very original about the concept.
They're original as hell. I love it.
Yeah.
But I'm more of a fan from afar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So apparently they dropped a trailer. And we don't have anything beyond that. So I don't know if we even have a release date, but it looks like it's been received really well.
Okay.
The next game I do have interest in. It is Metaphor ReFantazio.
Ah, yes.
Yes, man.
The new Atlas,
yes,
right? Yeah,
yep.
Atlas.
Specifically, the
Love
Persona
Atlas.
team.
Persona team.
Yeah,
That's
which
right.
That is crazy. This is, I think, the last non-Persona game that they worked on was Catherine.
No
if
way.
I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
They don't do any other Shinigami
They pretty
Tensei?
much just do the Persona games, and then the other, like Shin Megami Tensei 5, that is its own team.
Right.
So
why fix what isn't broken?
That's
right?
what I'm saying, man.
Makes sense.
So Atlas and Studio Zero revealed more info.
Does
basically
Studio Zero
a new
always
trailer.
work on Persona?
Excuse me, I don't know if I'm familiar with Studio Zero,
okay.
but to be fair, they might have even been a part of several games I've played.
Yeah.
Like I want to say the logo, I can kind of see in my head, you know, sometimes like you can see the splash screens.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe they were a part of, look it up, Studio Zero.
I'm going to look
Coming to PS4, 5, PC, and Xbox, October 11th. Pretty cool.
Cool.
Pretty cool that, like, the so many of these, like, developers and publishers over all these years, they're just multi-platform.
Oh, so they worked on Catherine Full Body.
They did.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it looks like
That's kind of it.
mostly, I mean, Metaphor ReFantazio, Catherine.
They're probably like an assist
Astonishing
studio.
Basketball Manager
What the hell?
in 2020.
Yeah.
You ever heard of that?
No.
Never
No.
So
Never
it sounds
on
like
my top 10
they work with
list at all.
Atlas, right?
Yeah. Probably like an assist studio. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like they have like some in reserve that work on like
Right.
like smaller projects.
Yes, that makes
you know?
sense.
Yeah. Honestly, that's even a whole episode we could talk about what it even like means too, of like the separation of like first party, second party, third party, what that meant before, what that means now.
Right.
Like second party is kind of not really relevant anymore, to be honest. Like it's kind of like you do your own thing or you're paid to do it, right? And that's kind of how it goes. Pretty cool because that's how Call of Duty, they really were the first studio ever to capitalize on a rotation of ideas. And so I think it was Raven Studio. So they had like what are the two? Like it's like Treyarch and Infinity Ward.
Oh, there you go.
Right? It was like they went back and forth, but then they wanted to, again, money, right? But they wanted to like further the development to have an annual game on quality level, like not just a rushed game.
Garbage.
So they literally made a studio as a support studio.
Right.
Yeah, and I think
smart.
I don't know if it was Raven, but they definitely had Sledgehammer, and so like they had maybe even two support studios. I don't even know, but
I love it.
Yeah, it goes crazy. Joshy, the next title is 6 total titles were announced from Blumhouse Games.
Oh my God! Yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah, and I thought you might be interested. So it's the movie production company that turns indie budget horror films into blockbuster hits.
It's Jason Blum. Is
yeah. So they revealed Crystal Theater of Idols.
Okay.
Grave Seasons.
Okay.
Sleep Awake.
Okay.
Fear the Spotlight.
Okay.
And The Simulation.
There you go.
Oh, and Project C from Sam Barlow and Brandon Cronenberg. Cronenberg. You familiar with any of those sound familiar?
No, but also I'm not the biggest fan of Blumhouse. They
oh, really?
Yeah, their whole technique is basically making small budget horror films with a large scale release window, and basically no matter what, it's kind of just making a bunch of, I'm not even kidding, kind of like making a bunch of garbage and then profiting off of it because of the fact that you made the money. Because it was made so cheaply.
Yeah.
So I don't have
it's like
any...
the Golem game,
yeah,
but actually putting no budget into it.
Yeah, but I mean,
and then King Kong next.
Right. So it doesn't bode well for a game. I wouldn't expect that to work well for movies. Yeah, because they do exclusively horror, and people will see horror movies
it's
theaters.
Like a subgenre of shitty horror movie.
That is what they make.
Yeah,
they made so much money off of. They also did Five Nights at Freddy's, which is the first. But like in high school, I saw so many Blumhouse movies in theaters.
Oh sure, yeah.
Just because that's like the vibe, you know. High schoolers love seeing
shitty horror movies.
Shitty horror movies are like it's like a thing you do. You know?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. So, thank you. Well,
of course.
The next game is Alan Wake 2, Night Springs.
Oh, it's like a DLC, right?
That's right, yeah. So more Alan Wakes coming from Remedy Studio. Their first expansion, actually, for Alan Wake 2. Quote, mysterious, terrifying, and quirky what-if scenarios. Woo-hoo. Sounds like it's exactly what you would want from the series, to be honest with you.
Alan Wake, I love it. I love it.
It'll be out this weekend.
Oh.
So by the time the episode drops,
Get excited,
my friend. Oh, actually, because these announcements came from last weekend, it might already be out.
Oh, hey.
There you go. By the time you hear the episode, it's the weekend anyway. So
yeah, it's gonna be out.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sure.
All right, Joshy. Then nope. It scrolled up.
Nope.
My bad. Let's go down to Phantom Blade Zero. So this is the game that Caleb brought up. So S Game's new trailer for the character action game Phantom Blade Zero looked more Sekiro-like than ever before.
Interesting.
Yeah, check that out. See if it looks familiar, like what the vibe is.
Yeah, I'm gonna Phantom Blade Zero. Is this a sequel?
I have no idea. Remember I mentioned Katana Zero, but actually that title said Zero.
Oh my gosh,
out.
I've seen this trailer for the OG. It looks really cool. I'm not even kidding. There's like a part where you're like riding on a cart and you're like fighting two guys at once. It looks cool. I only saw the initial trailer though. It's from a while ago, but it does look cool.
Oh,
I will agree.
Yeah, and I definitely see why Caleb wants it.
Yeah,
so, yeah, I've probably seen the trailer, too. The next game on here,
buddy.
Joshy, is Slitterhead, a new horror game from Silent Hill and Siren developers.
What's it called?
It's called Slitterhead.
Slitter.
As in if you, like, Slitterhead, right? But Slitter.
Oh, Slitterhead.
Slitterhead. Interesting
stuff.
It comes out November 8th.
Okay.
So, a lot of horror love.
Yeah, a lot of horror.
Yeah, to be honest.
A lot of horror going on.
The next one is new to me. Dune Awakening.
Oh my god, there's a Dune game, right?
Yes. Funcom's Dune Survival MMO.
Okay, so this I've heard a little bit.
And it's, I guess, an alternate universe
That's what I've heard.
without Paul Atreides.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
Wild, bro.
What would that even entail?
I have no idea, but it makes sense being an MMO because, like, how...
The world will be a little more...
Yeah, that's kind of
bigger.
like, I think, an advantage of an MMO is, like, it's almost like based on everything we've got. Like, World of Warcraft is, like, its own entity, but, like, Final Fantasy 14, it's its own thing with its own grand story that it, like... Almost as if, like, Xenoblade Chronicles X was MMO, right? Which I could see that being its own entity, separate from the Chronicles series, right? Yeah, looks good. Next game.
Yes.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
What?
Rita's Rewind.
No way.
Yeah. New Power Rangers game from Digital Eclipse. The developer, increasingly known for its carefully researched and lavishly presented archival retro game collections, takes classic moments from the show and wraps them into retro gameplay styles with a time-traveling twist. I didn't see even a screenshot of it, so I don't even know what it looks like. But if I'm not mistaken, that's got to be the first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers video game that's made headlines.
I've ever heard of, even,
like, in forever.
I didn't even know Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was really still, like, an IP.
Yeah, I don't even know.
When was the last time you
That's
heard
what
it?
I'm saying, yeah.
There was that movie in 2017. You remember that? A long time ago?
Yeah.
There was that huge budget movie. And I swear
it bombed, right?
I'm pretty sure it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably why I've never
Yeah, it makes sense.
Well, the next game on here, Joshy, is Cairn. Cairin. The creators behind Fury and Haven. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, Fury.
Yeah, Fury. I can always, like, picture the
guy.
Yeah, the guy, like the little thumbnail in my mind.
Yeah, he's got the white dreads.
Yes.
Yeah, he looks cool.
It's a intense looking and stylish mountain climbing game.
Oh.
Called Cairn.
Huh.
Cairn.
Karen.
Cairn?
Karen.
Cairn.
Maybe
No.
Karen?
Cairn.
Karen?
Give Cairn.
Karen.
The next game on here, Joshy, is Wander Stop. Annapurna Interactive and Ivy Road.
Who's that?
Creator of the Stanley Parable, and Carla Zamonja, co-creator of Gone Home and Tacoma. Okay, I think I know what this is going to be similar to. So, like, I've played Gone Home and Tacoma both. Okay. They're like it's like a first-person perspective interactive story game. Where you're not really shooting anything. You're not really even talking to people. Like, Gone Home is, I remember it because it came out as a PlayStation exclusive, because I think they used to be under the umbrella of PlayStation at one point, or Sony at least.
Right.
But you, like, walk into what looks like an abandoned mansion, and it presents itself as, like, almost horror-esque. You're almost waiting for something to happen the whole game. But actually, it's not like that. It's creepy, but... You're going around and you're basically investigating and trying to figure out the lore of what happened in this house.
Home?
Yeah. So you're trying to... You basically find notes, you find letters, you find, like, bills, and you gather clues to figure out what happened in the house, and you realize you're the only person in there, and after you find the last clue and piece it together, a secret door unlocks that you know where it is because of the clue. Right. So you go there, and it, like... I don't want to even tell you where it's hidden, because the game is not very long. You could just play through it in like an hour, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, and so when this secret doorway opens, you, like, go in and, like, everything about the house is revealed to you, and it's a very beautiful interactive story that you can only have in a video game. No, it's just, like, it's creepy, and it gives it's eerie, it's uncomfortable. But that's because shit went down in the house. You know, you're, like, walking in, like, post family murder, basically. I think that kind of vibe.
Yeah. Well, that sounds cool.
It's really cool. Yeah, it's very unique. So I bet that this is in the same vein. It's also coming to PS5 and PC. Wow. Yeah. There's more tidbit, but honestly, I'm going to move on. There's still so many more games on here. We got Sonic. Yeah, well, you already know what I'm going to say. Sonic X Shadow Generations. I don't know if you saw the new trailer.
I didn't, but I wanted to.
Hype.
Really?
You need to
because
the music, yes, it is so good, bro. Nice. So, remaster Sonic Generations, adding in the extra character Shadow, and he's not just like a reskin. He's definitely Shadow the Hedgehog.
Are there new levels?
Yeah.
There's new levels.
Right? Oh, yeah, and new stuff for Shadow.
Like from Shadow the Hedgehog?
Yeah, he even has like a transformation where it almost like makes like these dragon wings come out.
Oh, right? I saw a picture.
Oh my gosh, dude. Sick. It looks so hype. Coming out October 25th, and then they unveiled they've got like a deluxe edition, I think, and like a pre-order bonus.
Oh, cool.
Watching it, I'll be real, bro, it was like hype, and then I came back to reality after a split second.
Yeah.
Just saying, like, this is so dumb.
What's so?
Okay, one of the pre-order bonuses in I think the base game and the deluxe is you get the classic skin for Sonic, which is the Sonic Adventure skin. Oh. And it looks like the model looks
cool.
like even looks almost like dumbed down, like it's a little polygonal.
Yeah, I love it.
Polygonal. And but it's a pre-order bonus. So if you don't pre-order it. Sometimes they don't even release it for you to buy.
Sometimes
right?
they don't, yeah.
But, different times, right? It just brings me back to where I'm like, oh, man, like, I don't like that they're literally trying to use... I can feel that they're trying to use the nostalgic factor to get me to buy it now, and it's shady.
All I'll say is you'd never catch Mario doing that. Like Odyssey, you know how you can get that 64 cap and you can literally run around looking just like original Mario. Yeah,
and by the way, you didn't buy it; you earned it.
You earned it through playing the game. Just saying, you wouldn't catch Mario doing that.
Just saying, bro. It's not that I'm against DLC.
No, I love DLC.
But DLC has its effective purpose.
Agree.
And there's a difference between when I'm openly willing to throw my money at a game, i.e. Persona 5.
Right.
I bought every DLC. Xenoblade.
Yeah.
But Persona 5, I mean, beyond Xenoblade, which is like, Nintendo does do it really, really well. It's like they give you a pack, $30.
Yep.
You get all these things as it trickles out, right? Yeah. Persona, they have a season pass. And then on top of that, they've got Costume Pack 1, Costume Pack 2, and they just keep releasing them, right? And each one that drops, it's like, it comes with the whole character kit. That's not just a copy and paste. It's like they morphed it into this game, right? From the old costumes or just... And then they bring music. So if you wear the costume, it's music from the game.
That is pretty sick.
They go above and beyond, and I'm so willing to throw my money. But it's not like a gameplay breaking or altering or like, this nostalgic thing. You have to get it by pre-ordering the game.
You have to do this,
No.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? But
with it.
That being said, this looks hype as fuck. I'm definitely going to be
I need to watch that trailer.
Yeah, I can't believe let's watch the trailer soon. Probably next, Flash Ultimate. Let's do that.
Great idea.
Start with it. Joshy, last game's on here, Valorant. As you know, Adrell is a huge Valorant fan. I don't know if you heard this, but it is officially coming to consoles.
No way.
And this is huge because Riot Games, they've only really brought modified things to consoles.
What else does Riot do?
Riot does League.
Yes, that's what it is.
So League was like their first big baby.
I thought Blizzard did League. They did Overwatch?
Overwatch.
That's right.
Yeah. So Valorant coming to PS5 and Xbox, like we've gotten like all those side story games that are like it's a sub series of League of Legends.
Yes.
Have you seen those?
Yeah.
It's like, and they're all look like a lot of love and care, but it almost looks like they had like an independent studio just make each one, and the art style is different. Kind of like the Star Wars Visions, you know? It's like, you can respect each thing, but that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
They wouldn't bring the entirety of League of Legends. You can't even bring that really to console, even though I think they announced they're working on it, but this was a shock to me, and honestly, of all the games they've got, Valorant is the one that would fit, right? So, allegedly the info we got is that in this jump from PC to console, it will launch on PS5 and Xbox later this year.
Nice.
With a limited beta coming out June 14th, which is in 3 days. So,
hey.
Yeah, that'll be big hype, man.
Look at that, big hype.
Yeah. Something else they said, too, was that I think it says they have dedicated servers, and there's a crossover save system. So you can a drug can take his account from his PC version to the console, but he can't play with PC players.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these bugs love these lights, bro.
They do, huh?
Yeah.
You gotta bring that
I know. I want to get a zapper. It's right there.
Is that not what that is?
I think it's just a like a vacuum trap.
Oh,
and then they get stuck.
Yeah.
And you pull out the pad, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, we got little fruit flies going on here. You guys, if you're in Arizona, you probably know what we're talking about.
You know the vibe.
They're literally everywhere,
They are
bro.
everywhere.
They love the juices. They love the light.
Juices of the cactus.
Josh, this next one
on the mic.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, there is.
He's speaking. If you guys heard the fly, let us know.
Yeah.
If you heard him fart.
He's like, this is I can't wait.
Josh,
for
have you heard of
Shadows Generations?
Have you heard of Hyper Light Drifter?
Of course.
You remember?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I started it. It's a really heavy game.
It's heavy.
I was not expecting it to be so heavy when I started it, and I'm pretty sure it's no dialogue, right? There's like no words.
There's no words.
So the reason
it's a magical experience.
I believe it. So he's Hyper Light Drifter is kind of known as like one of the big dogs of like indie games.
Yes.
You know, especially like those. Yeah. You know, like pixel art indie games.
Yeah, kind of like I would put it in the same realm, like wheelhouse as like Hollow Knight.
I was gonna say Hollow Knight or Shovel Knight, Shantae, those kind of like guys. Huge
and one of the most gorgeous pixel art games I've ever seen.
It's it's such a cool idea. I remember, I'm not even kidding, I bought a bunch of indie games. There was like a sale on Switch. It was like an indie thing.
Oh, yeah.
I bought it, and I started playing it, and it was so much more heavy than I was ready for. I was ready for kind of like a fun indie game experience, and I remember being like, I think I need to pick this up when I'm like ready, but I never ended up picking it up again.
Yeah, one of those games, bro.
It is. I need to check it out.
Heart Machine, by the way, it kind of like hits you like the developers are literally called Heart Machine,
right?
Okay,
the guy had like a
you already know
problem,
they're deep. I'm not sure if there's any like lore behind the name.
Well, isn't the guy the creator he like was dying, and
really?
like the whole story is about like what he experienced. As I thought you told me this.
No.
So no, I must have watched a video on it.
Yeah.
Because the whole world is like dead in Hyper Light Drifter, right? Like the gods that exist are like
it's like
dead
the
in the
far
background.
Future. Like in like humanity is nothing but an ancient story.
Right.
Yeah.
So no, I don't want to butcher his story, but I've just heard the lead developer is it's all based around his experience through life, and he went through either a near death or he is terminally ill. I really don't want to mess up his story, but
something going down. So yeah,
definitely something.
You definitely can feel the heart in this game. You know, if nothing else. But the developers have announced they're officially. I think they announced it before, but they showed off an actual trailer for their new game, Hyper Light Breaker.
No way.
Yes, a 3D sequel.
No way.
Man.
It's a video?
And it's coming to Steam in early access this summer.
No way.
So it's actually right around the gate, bro.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That sounds awesome.
I didn't see a trailer, but I saw screenshots. Man. And I beat the first game. You know, I beat Hyper Light Drifter, and that was, it's almost like Souls-like / top-down, Legend of Zelda vibes. Right. Very, very well designed.
Is it set in the same universe, you know?
It's got to be, because it in the description it says sequel. Oh, so it's got to be. Yeah. So look forward to that. Caleb definitely hopping on that. I know that already. We've got Delta Force Hawk Ops. Latest installment in the classic Delta Force shooter franchise.
There you go.
Includes a bunch of info, and the game is based on the Ridley Scott movie, Black Hawk Down.
I've heard of that movie.
Yes.
Never saw it, though.
Yeah, I guess it's a remake of the original Delta Force Black Hawk Down.
Oh.
Which cool. I think I've played.
Oh.
I think PS2, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an old game.
I love it.
It's awesome. Okay, we have 3 left. We got Neva. Emotionally charged action adventure from the developer of Grizz.
Grizz?
Yeah, remember that game that's on Switch that almost looks like a drawing, a painting of a woman, and she's like looking down, and it's like this like 2D side-scrolling adventure. Yeah, it's like a beautiful adventure.
I do remember.
So same guys, it looks like. According to the game's official description, Neva's Chronicle. Restart. Neva chronicles the story of Alba, a young woman bound to a curious wolf cub following a traumatic encounter with dark forces.
Wow.
Together they embark on a perilous journey through a once beautiful world as it slowly decays around them.
Wow.
Yeah, probably artistic as hell because that's exactly what Grizz was. I played that for a little bit.
That's right.
And we got Black Myth Wukong.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, which,
classic.
Bringing that back up from Caleb.
Let's see
action game is looking great. Latest trailer is all CG, apparently. So apparently no gameplay.
So it's like a cinematic?
Yeah. PC only right now, coming out August 20th.
Oh, wow.
I think they're developing it for others, but the release date of August 20th is only on PC. And the last game is Kunutsi Gami Path of the Goddess.
What?
Capcom's fantasy strategy action game. Got a surprisingly soon release date of July 19th.
Let's go.
I don't know anything about it, but sounds good. You seeing these bugs just going crazy?
They're loving every second.
I love it. Careful with the cords are all like bound under there.
Yeah,
I gotta like facet them so they won't fall.
For sure.
Yeah, they're like losing in the lights. All right, Joshy.
Yes.
For newsflash. All right.
Yes.
I do have a bunch of announcements, and before we get there, I've got a list of 6 articles that I have pre-scanned. Okay.
Yes.
And if you want to get into any of them, we can do that now. So I'll start with the first being Xbox Games Showcase.
Okay.
Allegedly, it's the best ever. That's what the headline on IGN said, and that's actually what Reddit was like. People were raving about the Xbox Showcase. So if you want any more info on that, we can get into that. We've got the Ubisoft Forward event as well.
Okay.
We've got, did you hear about Ɂ
No.
You think it's a joke. You would
joke.
think this is April Fool's, but this is dead ass real. I have the article pulled up if you want to get into that, but that is the name of the game.
Wow.
It is a remaster of Yooka-Laylee that came out in 2017.
Yooka-Laylee.
And I will say, based on the screenshots, it looks unreal.
Really?
They said they literally remade the game from the ground up.
Holy shit.
They even got Replayly. It's a meme, man.
It sounds like a meme.
But they got, I think it was
Neil Druckmann.
His no
way.
No, the Robert Wise. He's I can't remember his first name, but he's the guy who is the original composer for Donkey Kong and Banjo-Kazooie. Like he got them both together.
Like the guy who did the music?
Yes, the composer.
No, that's not his name. It's the guy who did
David Wise. David Wise did Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
And then there was
he's got his
Kirk?
name. Kirk Eichner?
No.
Kirk.
Is his last name Kirk?
Ben Kirk.
No, it's not Ben Kirk. What is his name?
Something, I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Look it up, please.
That's great. So he came back? So he was on an episode of Game Grumps.
Yeah, so David Wise and whoever this guy is, they both came back together to remaster the soundtrack.
Oh, no way. So the soundtrack is completely redone?
It's completely redone.
Okay, I want to hear about it's Grant Kirkhope.
Grant Kirkhope.
Yes, come on.
That's it, baby.
Yeah, he's he makes.
Yeah, do you want to put that in the list of what you want?
Yeah, I definitely want to hear about that
then
one.
We got Neon Genesis Evangelion studio bankruptcy.
Interesting.
Thought that was pretty big.
I might want to hear about that.
The next subtext for you is Plankton the movie.
Oh yeah.
And Power World, another major update.
They were doing that one, no question.
Yeah, no question.
There's
any
also
interest in the Neon Genesis or the Plankton?
Yeah, maybe Neon.
Yeah.
We could go through it quick though.
Yeah.
Just because I don't. Yeah.
It's just info that I thought would be interesting to us and the audience. You know.
Right.
Yeah, but like all these headlines, I was literally like, dude, this is like
these are all not
crazy info.
We could do all of them if you want.
Oh yeah, I'm so down.
We could just like We could rapid fire.
Yeah.
Because I also remember what I said.
Yeah, you said you had something to bring up as well about Power World.
No, not about Power World.
Oh, I thought it was.
Well, it's a different thing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to start with that? Or you want to finish this?
Pretty easy. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Let's
get into it.
So
Joshy's got some news.
Yes, we do, baby.
Yes, we do, baby.
So, if you guys can remember back to the days back when I reported on anime every single episode, we talked about a new Berserk being adapted. Berserk, the Black Swordsman arc, being adapted by Studio Eclipse, which is an independent studio, and from everything I reported on, it's a studio that basically has like 100 people working across the world with it. Over 100 is the vibe. That's what they said, and that's what I wrote down in my old notes. But the trailer for the new series dropped, and they're really pushing that it's not going to be using any CG, and it's going to be completely animated. So there was a release date given, not a complete date, but a time frame, which is it's coming out 2025. That's when we'll be getting the first episode. And
that's hype.
It looks good.
It does?
It looks really well animated. Yeah, okay. It looks really interesting. A lot is animated. I don't know if it's done in any way. To be honest with you, I don't think it is. But very impressive animation from the studio. Really, really detailed.
Well, if I remember right, you were telling me it notoriously is difficult to get a studio to work with you.
So that's the huge
thematics
thing. Yes. The themes of Berserk are very dark.
Like mature.
Yeah, mature.
Yeah.
It's a seinen
fucked
manga.
Up, you might
very
say.
Fucked up. Oh, if I shall, it's fucked up. It's very fucked up. It's hard to sell. You can't really make money off of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
What they're really pressing in these is they basically said it's uncensored, no CG, and it's the original Black Swordsman arc, which hasn't been completely adapted ever, even though it's the first arc of the story. That's basically all we got, but the trailer's out. If anyone's interested, if anyone's a Berserk fan or looking to get into it, we should. When we take our little...
I'm down.
Our Smash
good.
Flash, we definitely should check it out.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Thank you, Josh.
I just wanted to report on that because I feel like I have been. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
it's like an update.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, Joshy, you chose from the list
yes.
the first, and I'm guessing you're good on the Xbox Showcase and Ubisoft Forward because
I don't really.
We got info, by the way, from kind of the wheelhouse of this. Like some of the announcements were like repeats. You know what I will add in is that the Xbox, they unveiled a new Xbox, which is the Xbox Series X all digital.
Oh, okay.
A little cheaper. It looks very sleek. I think it's a little smaller, whatever, but I do have a piece of that in the announcements in full.
Okay, cool.
But I skimmed the list already, and I didn't really see anything too particular.
If there's anything you want to say, if there's anything you want to tell me about, but other than that,
I'm thinking we'll just go through this list and the announcements. Bless you, bro.
Thank you, buddy.
Then we'll probably take a break, and if there's any, I'll skim it, and if we need to say anything,
I'm with it.
Well. Yeah. Okay, Joshy, let's start with the Banjo-Kazooie spiritual successor, Yooka-Laylee, getting a remaster. Here's the first look. So, developed by former Rare developers, if you weren't aware, is getting a surprise remaster for PC and consoles. Developer Playtonic Games said that the 2017, which I'm going to pause right there.
Yes.
This is kind of silly.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest.
Say what part?
Like, don't get me wrong, I am mad hyped.
Right.
But it almost feels... I think the only reason I don't fully commit to this mindset is because this is such an indie developer and because they really only have one baby, as a studio. Yes. It is Yooka-Laylee, all right?
That's true.
If anything, double the fuck down because we don't have enough of games like these in the modern era.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? And it was made in that vein. It was made because they wanted to bring back the essence of that old school classic collectathon, right?
Absolutely.
And obviously, I don't know if you remember or if we even talked too much on cast about it, but I tried playing it, I wasn't impressed.
I was not impressed at all. I got to the second level. And
you got further than I did.
Yeah.
I only got to the first.
Well, what I'll say is I like the ideas in them, but they're executed just off.
Yeah.
Right?
They're just off. I don't even know if I
can't tell you either.
A specific reason on it.
No.
But I feel exactly the same way.
It's just,
I could see the attempt to really get what I'm wanting from it. I could feel it when I'm playing it.
Yes.
But there's something about, I don't know if you're this way, but especially if it's like made in the vein of the old school platformers.
Oh, yeah.
Guess what? I'm going immediately to Spyro the Dragon and then all N64 platformers.
Yes.
Right? Banjo-Kazooie, Mario 64.
Of course.
All those. Okay?
Of course.
I've even got a wheelhouse of games I love, like Chameleon Twist. Right. And I don't think you've played
Little
Chameleon
Croc.
Twist 2.
Little Croc.
No, not Little Crocs. But Bomberman and Bomberman 64 and Bomberman Hero.
Oh, yeah.
So I played like my platforming era was the 64, no question.
Right.
Besides Sunshine, which is exceptional.
Right.
All right. So I feel like this actually is the right move. It just feels out loud like it's silly.
I agree.
Because it's a remaster of a game that was made 7 years ago.
It really is.
In the grand scheme of things, right?
Yeah, I mean, from even looking at these pictures, I wanted ukulele to work. And there was no happiness in my soul of being like, I don't care for this. There was no feeling of like, oh yeah, I knew this was going to flop or whatever.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, you didn't go in with that expectation, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I yearned for it to work. And now I want it to work. So if they can do things to make it work,
I'm with you.
all for it.
I'm with you.
And
so
you know
think
what?
This article is going to give you some hope.
Okay. Let's hear it.
What were we going to say?
I was going to say I haven't played enough where I would be 100% willing to replay.
Yeah. In fact, I'll even add one more thing. I actually was thinking about getting it on Switch when they announced that they were putting it. I think the Switch release was later.
Yes.
Right? Because it started as a Kickstarter game, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely.
So the reviews came out.
Yeah.
And it was like unbearable.
Yeah.
Basically, what I gathered was don't play it on the Switch unless you have to play on the Switch. Otherwise, the fidelity of the game falls apart on the hardware. Apparently, they did have updates, but that's neither here nor there.
I played it on the Switch.
I think, okay. Well, that's probably a big reason why you didn't like it either, because I actually played it on the PS4, and I just felt like something was off about the platforming, even though it ran well, right? But I got hope for you, Joshy. So the developers have said they will re-release this 3D platformer with a visual overhaul, new controls, new camera system, as well as new challenges and secrets. So obviously, more is better, right? The game also has a new name, jourdeplayly, which I'm telling you, you see that picture?
I'm kind of loving it.
It looks like an April Fool's joke.
It does.
But they're full sending it.
I'm 100%
I respect
with it, too. Yeah, I kind of fuck with the name now that it's like being said.
Yes.
I'm thinking about it.
Absolutely. So IGN, for reference, they put this in the article, because this article is from IGN. All these, I'm pretty sure, are from IGN. I'll let you know if otherwise. But they gave it a 7 out of 10 originally in 2017.
Yeah, the OG.
Basically summarizing it with ukulele is a good reminder that this genre, once thought to be dead, still has some life left in it. And that's basically their closing thoughts. And the developers, Playtonic, they put out a statement with jourdeplayly saying the things we have learned while working on other projects, as well as the feedback we have taken on board since original release, is what they're incorporating into this remake.
Love that sound.
So I have a list here of all the things they're adding, and it's pretty impressive. So along with screenshots, these are key features coming with the remake directly from Playtonic. So we've got a more beautiful than ever, in caps, with an art and animation overhaul, enhanced performance, resolution, and favorite buddy duo has never looked or moved better.
Animation.
Yeah.
They changed the animation.
They remade it from the ground up. So that gets me hyped, because I think at my core, I don't know if you felt like this, but something about the core, what's the word? Like engine. It felt off.
Well, you know what it was?
What?
It was Unreal.
Was it?
It was Unreal Engine.
Well, it might still be.
It could still be.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that's kind of the game engine that you kind of make just like
anything
on. Not really like
shooters, I feel like.
Right,
mostly on
shooters
that.
or
Yeah.
even just like joke games people can make on Unreal Engine.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
No, you're absolutely right. So we got new and improved challenges, improvements on existing in-game challenges, and many entirely new challenges. New collectible currency.
Oh.
Capital B's inept minions have dropped their hard-earned coins all over the place. Collect the official currency of Ivory Towers to spend on video games' most beloved sentient vending machine. I do not know what that means. To be honest,
like
it looks like a bunch
I
of PR
think.
speech, but it almost seems like it's something that's nostalgic factor.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Navigating the world. Now you can get lost in the game, not in the world. A brand new world map and challenges tracker help you know when and where you are and what needs to be done.
I was gonna say they should definitely overhaul the hub world.
Yes.
So I think that sounds like
It sounds like they have. We've got Vendy has plenty to offer. Tonics are back with all new flavors. With the option to equip multiple game-changing enhancements, you can truly customize your playstyle. And if that wasn't enough, Vendy has new lines of merchandise for the modern, fashionable adventurer.
I like
which
that.
I'm all about.
Love it.
Revised controls and camera, a new tweaked move set allows you to combine more fluidly with the new camera controls, making framing and action a breeze.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I
awesome.
see it, but it sounds amazing.
Sounds awesome.
And to wrap, a dreamy orchestral soundtrack. The original score from the famed video game composers Grant Kirkhope, Banjo-Kazooie, and David Wise, Donkey Kong Country, returns, but as a beautifully arranged orchestral score.
Oh.
Now, seriously, clean out those ears. That's what they said.
I like that.
Yeah.
I probably will.
So that's basically the info I got for you.
That sounds kind of awesome.
Sounds kind of hype.
I mean, it's hard to say just because, we've been through this before.
I know.
They promised kind of that idea before. I mean, I'm literally not trying to be a negative Nelly, but I'm saying, I am excited but cautious. I want to see more.
No, I'm with you.
I'm not sold.
Yes.
But I love this sound.
Right.
Sounds great.
I'll be
Sounds
honest.
great.
I feel exactly the same way because these were all promises from the Kickstarter. Right?
Grant Kirkhope was already like the one who made the music.
Yes.
And now they're talking about
remastering it.
Okay,
right.
yeah.
If anything, I'm almost giving them a pass, like a Nintendo style pass of all right. This was their first big grand idea,
absolutely,
and venture from the Kickstarter. Now they've done it. Now they've learned it wasn't a 10, now they've learned. Now they're doing it one more time.
And
they're going to see if they got it.
Yes, I really respect
that. And I do respect that. Right?
And I will
especially then making some new IP.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be looking at this closely. I will be.
Me too.
I'm excited for
I
the
have
trailer.
the Neon Genesis article pulled up. You mind if we break right here?
Sure.
And we'll come back and jump into this?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, Joshy.
Yes,
so,
sir.
I got the article Neon Genesis Evangelion Anime Studio Gynax, I think.
Gynax. I think that sounds about right. It's a kind of a silly sounding name.
Gynax?
Gynax.
It's okay.
Gynax.
Gynax. I hope it's Gynax.
No, it's Vaginax, bro. That's what it is.
Well, they're going bankrupt.
What?
Yeah.
What
I think they already did. So after decades of financial mishaps, Gynax, the Japanese anime studio behind the legendary series Neon Genesis Evangelion, has gone bankrupt following years of financial mishaps.
No way.
As reported by Automaton, they announced June 7th that they had filed an application for bankruptcy on May 29th, and it has been accepted by the Tokyo District Court.
No way.
The studio is now defunct, though the Gynax trademark is now owned by fellow anime creator studio, Studio Kara.
Kara?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have the right, I guess, to their IPs.
Their IPs.
I'm not really sure.
I assume.
But, best known for creating Evangelion, even Gurren Lagann, Panty and Stocking, with Garter Belt, and more.
Yes.
The studio filed for bankruptcy because former executives treated it like their private property since around 2012, according to a notice on Gynax's website. Financial and management issues have been almost integral part of the studio's history. I guess this has been going on for forever.
Yeah.
However,
that's rough.
With several high-profile incidents throughout the years. So I don't know if any of it caught your radar.
Yeah,
but I didn't know anything about this.
So
that's basically the article. By the
way.
Shoot.
Well, that's kind of sad because
big sad.
Gurren Lagann, I've heard, is a huge classic.
I'm gonna be real. Before I was even recommended to get into AOT. When I was in high school, or actually, it was right when I just graduated. Yeah. I had like two very consistent friendship groups of guys I hung out with.
Yes.
One of the groups was my League of Legends group. Right. Reese was loosely a part of that from afar, but I'd say Reese was in a different friendship group.
Yeah.
And I was hanging out with him individually, these guys, but we'd have LAN parties.
Right.
We'd play Halo, Call of Duty, and we all like served in church together.
Oh, okay.
So I knew these guys like growing up, okay? And the guys, they were all the same age, and they're all younger than me by like 3 or 4 years.
Right.
They all got into like the same things at the same time.
Oh, nice.
So they suddenly were all into anime, specifically Gurren Lagann.
Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
And Code Geass.
Oh, yeah,
and
nice.
That was the first.
Is that how you got into it?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
nice.
absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah.
You never checked out Gurren Lagann?
I did. I actually watched the first... Bless you. Oh, you know what? I don't think it was Gurren Lagann. I think they had two that one of my buddies, another Reese actually.
How many Reeses?
It's always
Reese's Pieces.
But there was literally only two really that were like largely in my life.
There you go.
Anyways, he said pick one, Gurren Lagann or Guilty Crown. So I tried getting into Guilty Crown.
Okay.
Yeah, and it kind of I think it's the same animation studio as and maybe even same writers as what was it? SAO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's kind of...
I've never even heard of it.
Guilty Crown.
You
haven't?
Not at all.
Whoa, we got to look at that.
Yeah?
Yeah, especially because you haven't heard of it. That's a rare one.
No, that is a rare one. Gurren Lagann is still kind of popular with, just like people reference it pretty consistently, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially through the anime community.
It's not very long, right?
No, it's like 25 episodes.
That's it?
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Man, I want to watch
and
that.
I've seen animation that looks really good.
Is it like in the 90s?
No, it's like 2000s, like 2008, maybe 2007.
Okay.
Yeah. The animation looks amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks really good.
Tier.
So what I was gonna say is I won't say too much because I don't know too much on the topic, but I'm just pretty familiar with. Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
It's coming out.
A lot of animation studios, Japanese animation studios, are in a consistent pool of going under, and this kind of goes back to the set precedent, which was when animation comes out naturally for anime, which was set by Astro Boy, which is a weekly basis or seasonally weekly. And the whole thing is it's just not really possible with modern animation and modern techniques and the way that you make it. It was at a time, at a time when animation was, much simpler. You could probably make it work. But the issue is a bad-looking anime people don't want to watch as much as a good-looking anime.
Right.
So you need to overpay, overwork, and kind of just fall upwards is kind of the technique for a lot of studios.
And a lot of crunch, right?
Oh my god, it's so much crunch. Even like some of my favorite animes come from Mappa is known for their ridiculous amount of crunch, but they make their catalog like AOT seasons 4, the final season.
Yes.
All the seasons that come with that season.
Yes.
And Vinland season 2, Chainsaw Man, JJK, all these big name things.
Seven Deadly? They did some or was that just Wit?
No, Wit. I don't think did Seven Deadly.
I think they did some of it.
No, not season 1 through 3.
Oh, you know what? I just watched Vinland. I didn't even mention that. Can I interject real quick?
Sure.
That I hung out with Kendall's parents on Sunday because I had Sunday off. Kendall worked.
Right.
And I decided it was a total Sabbath day, no work of any kind.
Nice.
So we're all hanging out, and then after dinner, her dad wants to watch Vikings.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah,
so we watched Vikings, and to be honest, like he's like pretty deep into it. I don't know what's going on. It was pretty sick.
Yeah.
We finished the episode, which was about an hour.
Yeah.
And they wanted me to pick a show, right? They're like, we're good. Then they're just kind of on their phones. I was like, wait, Chris.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to show you something. I'm not going to say anything until it's over. And I put on the first episode of Vinland Saga.
Let's go.
So he starts watching it.
Yeah.
And he is like laughing because he thinks it's a joke.
Right.
And then you know how the beginning of Vinland Saga pops off. And Thor's is just slaying dudes. And then that guy shows up and does like the spin slash.
Yeah.
And literally 5 dudes get chopped in half. And he's like...
It was Thorkel, wasn't it?
It was Thorkel.
Yeah.
It was literally Thorkel.
Yeah.
Right. And, which I forgot after seeing Thorkel halfway through that he was at the beginning. I'm like, oh my gosh, they fought together.
Yeah, he was his,
dude.
like...
That's how he knew Thor's.
Yes.
So, we watched, it, like, progress. I could see his face. I was, like, looking over. And it was like, wait, what is this?
Holy crap.
Honey, are you seeing this?
Yeah.
Like, he was so into it. Insane. We wrapped the first episode, and he's like... What the heck was that? I'm watching that. I'm like, dude, he should. You just watched your first anime.
Yeah, you did. Boom.
Boom.
Vinland is, I think, a fantastic bridge between, like, you know, people who normally watch regular, conventional
action
action shows. And
live action.
And the way that it progresses. How far are you into that, by the way?
Honestly, I'm only watching it with Reese,
right.
And we haven't consistently been watching.
Right.
I want to say we're episode maybe 16 or 17.
Right.
It's like, if I remember right, the prince is involved.
Yeah, Canute.
Yes, and if anything, I think he just spoke for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Right, and he's kind of like, I don't know, very skittish, very childish, very different. I was almost taking this approach like, is he allowed to speak, right? Like, or is this even a human? Like, what is happening, you know? And then he speaks, and then it's a fat meme, right?
Yeah.
That is what I remember in the last episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
You gotta watch more, man. You gotta watch more.
I know, bro. I know.
You have to.
Josh, let's segue into the final article.
Let's get it.
Which is titled Plankton.
Oh, yeah.
From SpongeBob SquarePants is getting his own Netflix movie in 2025.
Wow.
Next up, World Domination.
Oh, yeah.
So, the main antagonist for SpongeBob SquarePants, Plankton, is finally claiming the spotlight with his own Netflix movie, which will debut 2025.
Interesting.
They dropped a first-look image of Plankton, the movie, on Twitter, which puts the power-hungry proprietor of Bikini Bottom's Chum Bucket in charge of a controller with a big red button. The Earth looms ominously in the background while Plankton grins mischievously alongside his playful pet Spot. The streamer announced the development of the Plankton-centric movie as part of its next on Netflix. Oh yeah, here's I don't know if you can see an image. I'm gonna like.
Oh, I looked up one. I saw it.
Okay, the streamer announced that this is a part of their next on Netflix press drop. Apparently, that's like the next thing they're trying to like really push as a tagline. The animated feature will see the cunning copepod. Is that correct?
Probably.
Copepod? It's got to be like copepod. Copepod?
Copepod, maybe?
Have his life, quote, flipped upside down. Ooh. He got a hold of the Tesseract, my guy.
No.
He got the, what is it? The conduit.
The conduit.
He touched the conduit.
No.
When his plans to take over the world collapse, like many of his other evil efforts in the past.
Yeah.
Apparently, Mr. Lawrence will reprise his role of Plankton for the new movie alongside Jill Talley, who voices Karen, and the waterproof supercomputer, who doubles as Plankton's wife and sidekick.
I didn't even think about the fact that she has to be waterproof.
Yeah.
I never thought about that in my life. I didn't even think
I don't think
about
I have
that.
That's what so funny.
That's
well, because they drink water. Like, it's a meme,
yeah.
right?
I mean, there's like
burgers.
Fires.
Yeah,
there's
fires.
There's campfires
right.
and shit.
It's not underwater.
Yeah, it really isn't. It really isn't.
Yeah, apparently it's got like all of the original actors, I'm pretty sure. Like voice actors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. So,
nice.
Kind of hype.
I'm not hyped. I don't like all that mess.
I'm gonna be honest, SpongeBob is not SpongeBob anymore.
Well, you know why?
Well, yeah, Steven Hillenburg, R.I.P.
R.I.P. 2018.
Oh,
and it was actually one of the things he said was he said he never wanted SpongeBob to have spin-offs. And almost 2 years on the dot when he died, they announced a brand new Camp Coral spin-off show, a Patrick Star spin-off show, and I've only been ramping up on making spin-offs after he died.
Yeah.
Which is really tragic, dude.
You know what? You're 100%
disturbing,
right.
To be honest with you.
I almost want to redact what I said because I think I'm hyped in the nostalgic lens. Yeah. Because one of my favorite things ever growing up was SpongeBob.
Oh my God. It's one of the most quotable pieces of media out there. And it is by far, if not the most iconic kids cartoon television character and show.
Yes, man.
If not
100%.
The most, right?
Yes.
And I just find it a little disturbing that people are just willing to exploit someone else's creation.
No, you're right.
Even after what they,
and I did not know that.
They said.
That's
one of the things he said was he was like, I don't want SpongeBob to ever have spinoffs. Right, I want it to be its own show. Yeah. So when I hear that, I'm a little disappointed.
That don't fly with me, bro.
Nah.
Yeah, no, that is disappointing.
Yeah,
I'll be real.
So
well, let's
not to be a Debbie Downer.
Let's end on a Debbie Upper. How about that?
Let's get it.
I lied. The actual last article titled "Pal World is getting a brand new island, new pals, and more in major update."
Woo!
Plus Xbox dedicated servers.
Yeah, you heard about that?
It's in the subtitle.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
I've not gone through the Power World article, by the way. So this will be news to me.
Read it.
So, monster capturing, gun shooting, crafting survival game.
Oh, yeah.
Power World.
Oh, yeah.
Also known as Pokemon.
No.
With guns.
No
made
way
an
it
appearance
isn't.
at Summer Games Fest with news about an update, and it's a big one. On June 27th. That is so close. That's like 2 weeks, man. Power World will see the Sakurajima.
I think that's
Sakurajima update.
I don't know how
adds a higher level cap, new pals, a new raid, a new faction and boss, a whole new island, and more. The update sounds like one heck of a doozy. In a new trailer, did you watch the trailer?
Of course it is.
Yeah, of course it is. Okay.
Come on.
We got a look at the brand new island being added to Power World.
We can watch that too, by the way.
A distinctively Japanese theme. We see cherry blossoms, something that looks like a bathhouse, and plenty of architecture, bless you, and nature pointing towards that theme. Looks like it will be complete with new pals, subspecies, new buildings, new raid, a new stronghold called the Oil Rig, an arena, new faction, new boss, and a raised level cap, as I said. And it will also come with Xbox dedicated servers.
That's right.
Yeah.
So this was what I was alluding to the week before, right? When I said there's a big update.
You said some of these things.
Some of them.
But
and this
you didn't
trailer.
know new island,
because
right?
they were keeping it under wraps. I knew it was a new area. So they're called the Palpagos Islands, right? It's all a bunch of islands that are a part of this like world tree, right? And holy crap. I was not expecting it to be this big. You know what is actually the hypest thing for me?
What's that?
Before I saw this trailer, I literally was thinking, I was like, should I start a new world? I'm so OP. I'm max level. You're telling me? Extended level cap?
Extended. What's the current level cap?
50.
Okay.
I am at the capacity of levels. What this tells me, oh my gosh, dude. Okay, so I don't know if this means new technology and new things to unlock at 51, 52, 53.
It's gotta be.
It has to be, which means new things.
What else incentive would you have?
Could not tell you. But this is so exciting for me because I just freed up a base for the boss raids, which I might just use that brand new one that I have. I might just take that and build it on the brand new island.
Dude.
Have a brand new base.
Do it.
And even if I want to have one dedicated to raid bosses because it feels like they're going to keep adding them after Bella Noire, this is awesome. This is everything I could want and could ask for.
I'm so impressed.
I am beyond impressed as a fan because you could have supplemented. I love the Bella Noire update and I love like those little kind of updates, you could have supplemented these over the span of a year, kind of like Nintendo does with like some of their games.
Absolutely.
You could have absolutely done that. Tried to keep hype keep it consistent hype. But instead they said, you know what? Let's launch a whole almost. It feels like a DLC, but it's free. It's an update. So
yes, bro.
Brand new factions is huge because these factions are all related to the faction boss. So there's a brand new boss, which means there's a brand new PAL that's going to be available with that boss. In the trailer, there are just PALs left and right.
Really?
They literally don't even show off. You just see a couple PALs like standing off to the side, more than the 4 that they showed off.
That is so sick.
I am beyond impressed. Seriously, beyond impressed. It's this level cap, especially the arena is where the PvP is going to be too, which is so exciting. They're showing some love to their console users too.
Oh yeah,
dedicated servers. They're like literally what the lead CEO, you know how he was saying all that stuff of Pocket Bear, basically being like, hey, you know what? We're gonna take all the money that we've made. We know we've had 20 million sales in the fucking first year that it was dropped,
something
right?
Like that.
All this money we are going to be putting into updates, and that is not like me saying. That's not him saying like oh yeah, we're gonna supplement with some stuff. No, these guys are going to keep this game being as massive as it was from the beginning, and just keep on adding. Yes. That's so hype. Not only is it, I mean, I am so excited for the new PALs, but new PAL variants too. They didn't say that in there. So elemental variants is something that some PALs have. So you remember if I showed you a while ago how they'll be like a fire type PAL, and then it'll be it's like a blue and black version of them, and it's called like the same thing, Christ or that electric or Ignis, stuff like that.
They're essentially the same.
They're the same, but a different type, and that just opens up a lot when it comes to the types of PALs you want to use. So obviously, you know, there's so many ways you could use your PALs, but that changes so much because if you like the design of a PAL, not only can you appreciate them, but let's say you have 20 PALs at your base, right?
Right.
And you already have someone who works the furnaces, right? Or you have someone who plants the seeds or waters the stuff. These variants means there's just more variety for you to use the PALs and the PAL designs at your base as attackers, whatever you want to do. And it is so unbelievably hype. Like I thought I couldn't get back into PAL as much as I was, but if they have extended the level cap much more, and it looks like they've added new weapons. There's like a minigun you see in the trailer. There's like multiple headed what's called rocket launchers. Oh my god, dude, I'm so excited. And that doesn't even include what these new PALs can do. Plus, if they have like PAL abilities, holy crap, man! I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, dude, this is big hype.
Huge hype.
I have some more hype to add to the hype train, Joshy. Before we move on, I've got pretty much all announcements. Okay. I'm gonna run through because I didn't even number them, but I'm looking at probably 10 here. Okay. Keep first is an announcement that Amiibo, as of yesterday, is officially revealed 10 years ago as a concept.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's nuts.
That is nuts.
Yeah, that's a blast from the past for me. I remember exactly when and where I was in time with the
that initial trailer too.
I do, bro. Yeah. I was working at Fred Meyer.
Oh, you were.
I was, and it was the hype of the Wii U.
Yeah.
And then when I actually got hired at Fred Meyer, the Wii U was still really hard to find, but it was already out. But I basically got hired right at the drop of PS4 and Xbox One, right? And I think it was like literally the next rendition of like what they're showing going along with Smash was the Amiibo.
Right.
And then they were dropping the Smash line, right?
Yeah.
Like the OGs.
That was the first Amiibo line.
Yes, man.
That was the Amiibo line.
And then I remember loosely knowing about them, and then seeing that like on some picture. I don't even know. I was definitely on Reddit at the time, so it was probably on Reddit. I just came onto the Amiibo subreddit, and it was saying that Marth is really hard to find. And I'm like, wait, what? Right? And like, I go to my inventory the next day at work, and Marth is in the system, but you can see we could see like the inventory of what we had, what we were expecting, and what was in the warehouse, right? And then you could go even further and find company-wide. Company-wide was 0. It was there was hundreds and thousands of the others, especially Mario, right, and Link, but there was 0.
He was one of the rarest from Wave 1, right?
And Wii Fit Trainer.
Wii Fit, that was it, yeah.
There was like 12.
And
company-wide.
Was Villager Wave 1? Or that was Wave 2?
I think Villager's also Wave 1, but Villager wasn't rare yet. As far as what I remember,
was rare from the beginning, I thought.
Maybe he was.
I thought it was Wave. I mean, not as much as Marth.
Who was in Wave 2?
Wave 2 was Bowser, Peach,
maybe
Zelda, and then they had like. I'm gonna look it up actually.
Yeah,
I was. Super...
It's a little flaky for me because I didn't really get into it until Wave 3.
So I think I was. Yeah, I didn't get to.
And Wave 4 was when it went bonkers.
Yeah, Wave 1, Villager was in it, so it was Mario, Link, Samus. You get those anywhere. Yoshi, Pikachu, Kirby, Peach, Marth, Fox, Donkey Kong, Villager, and Wii Fit Trainer.
Wii Fit Trainer. Yeah, big roster.
Oh,
big lineup, bro. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
dude, I love that shit.
Who's in Wave 2?
I'm going to look it up.
Feed my curiosity.
Yes, because I'm curious, too.
And then we'll move on.
Yes, I shall. Can't get you and I talking about amiibos.
Another episode.
Oh, yeah.
For you.
Wave 2. Luigi, Pit, Little Mac.
Little Mac.
That? Yeah.
Oh, of course
Falcon, Diddy, and Zelda.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Little Mac went crazy. I'm pretty sure. Out of those, from what I remember, Little Mac was the rarest from Wave 2, right?
Yeah.
And then it was...
And Falcon got really rare, too.
Falcon and Pit.
Eventually.
And then, I don't think Pit
crazy
was too bad at the beginning.
All of that went down. And how the craze... It was like Beanie
You know
Babies
what
2.0.
went crazy, though? You know what was crazy? Amiibo Wave 3.
Yes.
Rosalina, Lucario, Meta Knight,
DDD,
Shulk,
and
Ike.
I
Dude,
remember.
I swear, Wave 3, the only ones you could actually find in stores, I swear, was Bowser, Toon Link, and Sheik.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Sonic and Mega Man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Definitely Sonic and Mega Man. But the rest, because if I'm not mistaken, Rosalina was Toys R Us exclusive, Lucario was GameStop exclusive.
That's right.
And then Meta Knight was GameStop exclusive? Or no, he was Target exclusive? Someone else was another exclusive.
Yeah.
Right?
Something like that.
I might be.
I can't remember.
I can't remember. Oh my god, we need to do an episode on the history
we
of
do.
Amiibo.
History of Amiibo.
Because you and I were both in it.
I was I was a camp out at 5 a.m. for an Amiibo.
Oh yeah.
Like in it, right?
Yeah.
That's when you know you're fucking in it.
Yeah.
But also made some mad money.
Dude,
also lost a lot of money. But
true.
Joshy, the next announcement is man, along with 17 other civilians, stops knife attack on the Taichung Metro in Taiwan on May 21st.
Oh.
I put this in here because it was actually a whole article.
Oh, yeah?
Because the guy who answered the interview, so I don't know if he started the defense or whatever, but apparently there was an assailant on the Metro.
Yeah.
And this guy jumps in, and when he was interviewed and asked why he did it, because he didn't know anybody on the Metro, he said, because that's what my anime hero would have done. And he said him by name, and I didn't recognize his character. I actually closed the article.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, maybe I'll bring it back up and touch up, but it was iconic.
I love that.
Yeah.
I want to know the character.
Yeah. Look it up. Look up man
I'm looking up.
stops knife attack. It'll probably come up in some recent news. I'll go to the next announcement. Sony has quietly removed the 8K tag on their PS5 boxes.
The what?
Sony has removed quietly, without saying anything about it. They used to have an 8K logo on their PS5 boxes. They have started to remove them.
Why?
Well, my guess would be because I don't even know if there's a single game that's optimized for 8K. Not that I can think of.
Oh my gosh. This is a pretty recent anime, to be honest with you.
What's the...
It's called Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. It's really recent, actually.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's That's the one right there.
Okay.
IGN apparently gave it an 8.
Oh, there you go.
They link the name of it through their account, and then they give the rating for it. Himmel, who I don't know, but
is he like a main character?
I'm gonna assume.
I'm assuming
one
so.
of the main characters.
Well, real cool.
What a cool guy.
Yeah. This is just a meme, to be honest, but Sony's taken off the 8K logo from their PS5 boxes. I'm guessing it's because what game have you heard of that's advertised and optimized for 8K? I can't even think of one, unless it's on PC.
I was gonna say that sounds like a PC thing.
Yeah. If anything, like I'm seeing all the ads for ray tracing, all that stuff. So I'm just guessing maybe it's to protect themselves of some kind from some kind of false advertising lawsuit, right? Which I imagine, anyone wants to get money anyway now, and everyone's got a lawsuit for everything.
Oh yeah.
So that is probably my best guess there.
Makes sense.
Octopath Traveler 1 and 2.
Ooh.
Shadow dropped.
Ooh.
This is crazy because if you remember, the first and second one came out. Actually, the first one came exclusively to Switch, right? And it was even shown off, I think, in one of the first Switch trailers as a game Square Enix was making for the Switch, right? And beautiful, right? Pixel art 3D, 2D.
Yeah.
The second game they made as a sequel came out also to PS5.
Triangular Strategy?
No, the next actual Octopath game.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was a second.
Triangle Strategy did also come to PS5.
Okay.
Yeah. However, Octopath Traveler now is available for the first time, the original, on PS4 and PS5.
Let's go.
And Octopath 2 is available on Xbox for the first time.
What?
And Game Pass.
Hey.
So there you go, man. If you guys haven't checked it out, you now have more access to it than ever.
Yeah.
Because they're already on Steam.
Did you ever watch the Donkey video for that?
No, I didn't. Did he like it?
No, but he rarely likes JRPGs,
for sure.
so it's okay.
And I will be real, for all the things we gas up Xenoblade about, for how well it does multi-level storytelling, same thing with Seven Deadly, Octopath does not.
Yeah.
It's very jarring, and even when the characters all come together, which they do canonically, you can just do it in any order,
right.
They don't even really talk to each other.
That's what I've heard. They
it's
don't
kind
really
of like...
interact, or it's not really...
it's not what Xenoblade
impactful.
is.
Yeah,
of course. And that... It makes you miss a huge part of the drama, which is the characters and their sense of relationship and family, right? So,
God, I love
it's definitely missing. But I've heard Octopath 2 is a lot better at that, which is what I've heard.
Okay.
The next announcement is The Lion King is returning to theaters July 12th.
The original?
The original.
Hey!
For its 30th anniversary.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Should you go see it?
I think I want to.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Just to do it. Yeah, I think I did it when didn't it come out for its 20th?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
They're probably going to do it for its 40th, too.
Probably, Just try to soak up everything they can.
God, help me.
Disney. No! Joshy!
I'm okay.
Bless you, bro.
Thank you, buddy.
Don't die yet.
I'll try not.
The next announcement for you, Joshy, and many Mega Man fans out there is 5 classic original Game Boy Mega Man games have just been added to the Virtual Console on the Switch.
It Captain...
You know it?
What's it called?
Captain?
No, never mind.
Captain!
Yes,
Joshy? No, it's Mega Man 2, 3, 4, 5, and Dr. Wily's Revenge.
Oh, Dr. Wily's Revenge.
So those are all dropping. I think they're already on the
Virtual
online.
Console?
Yep, Virtual
Let's
Console.
go.
So check that out if you're
Let's
interested.
go.
Yeah, and it's like original, like beautifully lit lime green backsplash,
Yeah, we love it.
In all the glory.
Those games are hard, though. Be careful.
Bloodborne.
Ooh, another
Still no remake. However, we are getting a costume in Astrobot.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Astro Peak. The Astro Sweep is coming. I'm just telling you guys.
Yeah, Caleb, sorry.
coming.
Sorry if you got really excited because I wanted to lead John with that.
I think you should.
World of Warcraft is coming out with its next expansion. It's called The War Within, coming August 26th.
I didn't know they still did the expansion.
I didn't either because they've been really pushing the World of Warcraft Classic.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think Cataclysm just came out, but apparently that's got a huge... I wouldn't be surprised if more people play Classic, to be honest with
It
you.
probably is.
Yeah.
It's like RuneScape.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
More
It's
people
like...
play...
because the people... It's literally the definition of a remaster in the genre and like nostalgia, right? It's like, this is what you remember doing. You're gonna do it all over again.
Oh yeah,
and it's a cool idea. No,
cool.
I'm so with it.
I'm with it.
I didn't really grow up with World of Warcraft.
I didn't either.
I actually got into it with Cataclysm, ironically enough.
There you go.
Yeah.
Time to get back into it.
Yeah, no. Xbox Series X, all digital edition, as I mentioned, is coming out this holiday.
Ooh,
and I think it's also coming out in a white color, if I'm not mistaken.
I love me my white
me.
Consoles.
Oh yeah, I'm all about it. Even the headphones and the mouse I just got, it's all white. The microphone.
You're right. All your shit, your chair.
Yep. Yeah,
your thing
I definitely have the white aesthetic going on.
Do have
if there is an option for white, I'm actually picky though. Like if it's like an ugly off-white, generally I'm gonna hesitate. Don't get me wrong though, I do love beige, but that's almost its own.
Beige is not off-white.
Yeah, it's beyond off-white, right? Like it's like
off-white,
like that, or my hat, right? Like a tannish beige.
Beige is.
This is more gold. I was
gonna say it's like a tan, like a brown. I wouldn't say it's off-white.
Well, I'm a fan of
like.
Yeah, off-white's
like
not
gross, like
make up your mind, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You need to pick. Go white.
Go white or don't.
And that's not even saying like bleach white, although I'm kind of a fan of bleach white, like accents white.
Yeah, is that what you call it? I was gonna say like a cool white.
Yeah, cool white. White. Like bleach white is like white. Like it's almost like, ooh, it's bright. Yeah, no. When you put up a bleach white next to like white, it don't look that good.
Yes.
Joshy, the last announcement is Resident Evil 7 is joining the Apple family July 2nd. So remember how they were, remember Death Stranding and the Resident Evil 6, I think, came to natively to iPhone with iPhone 15 Pro, I'm pretty sure you have to have.
I'm shitting my pants.
Yeah, apparently it runs beautifully. Really? And so now the next one is officially coming July 2nd.
There you go.
With an announcement of Resident Evil 2 Remake.
What the flick?
Currently in development.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Well, this is fun, I guess, right?
Yeah. We're definitely, I mean, I think I could play it on my iPad, because I think there's very few Apple devices that actually, like, can run this, and you can only play it on, like the system?
Huh?
Device. That has an M1 chip or higher.
Oh, but that has...
So my iPad, I think it's got an M2. Bless you, brother.
I wish I had an M2.
Joshy, you're my M2.
Oh,
that's
so sweet. Thank you, buddy.
Right now, we're doing Flash Ultimate. Round 2, baby. Yes, sir. Yeah, we got to do this.
Have to get
right now, we got to wake up before we hit today's main topic, which is more news for you.
Yes, we do.
But let's pause it real quick. Let's run it. All right, we are officially back.
We are back.
We just wrapped our Flash Ultimate game, and we watched those 2 trailers.
We did.
Power World and
Sonic.
Sonic.
Shadows.
Yeah. So hype all around.
Oh yeah.
We wrapped this game. We'll go to the results here.
That's right, baby.
Obviously, Joshy is not letting me take 2 games.
Come on.
In a row.
We won't allow
I do love too how the first game we played, you creamed me. I think you 3-stocked me. What? I couldn't get a single kill off you, and I'm like,
in the first one?
Gosh. In what we just played.
In the first round.
Yeah. Yes. So I got Meta Knight. Right. You got Joker.
Right.
Yep. Joker being one of my favorite characters.
Oh yeah.
Put a lot of time into Joker.
You're really good with him too, by the way.
Man, thank you. But you got to see some of his power. Because Joshy took that match, and he's getting a Joker on his list.
Right, baby. I'll take it.
His roster of
my roster.
Dubs. Yes, sir.
I'll take it.
That was awesome. I was playing Meta Knight. Yeah. Still don't like him.
Oh, yeah.
No.
He's just not, I don't know. There's something missing about his kit, to be honest with you.
And to be honest, I've played against a few people who know how to space properly with Meta Knight. Yeah, and he's one of those characters, which is kind of, I think maybe why I don't like him, because unfitting to his, not kit, but play style. His play style is unique because he's very fast, very light, very small. But all other characters who are under that umbrella, I would say Young Link, Zero Suit.
Oh yeah.
Diddy, right?
Yeah.
There's another one that's coming to mind. Sonic. Pikachu, right?
Pikachu.
These guys go all in, and all their moves are fast, and it's almost like they got to rack up, and they have a couple of kill moves. He's kind of like that, but his kill moves are slow.
I will say there was the match in the middle. You killed me all 3 times with the up B.
Yes, man.
I have not seen that kill in a minute.
Yeah, bro. That was it was wild. It was fun. You're taking that dub, Josh.
I'll take it.
Let's take this energy into our main topic today, which I'm going to fill in the title now officially for you. Can you tell me what this says?
I will read it. Apple Intelligence.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What do you think this is about?
Probably Apple.
Probably Apple.
Just a crazy guess.
Yeah, well,
just going a little
the main topic today is the title of the episode, Apple Intelligence. Okay. And I think this is I'm going to say this is pretty positive and pretty hype. Okay. And this is kind of coming off of prior episode, actually episode 11 that we recorded, which is called Artificial Dissension, if you remember.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, okay. So,
of course.
Kind of
could I know
pretty much season 1 that we last kind of had the wheelhouse of conversation here. But this is something that is definitely in our wheelhouse, I would say, Joshy.
Oh, yeah.
Because you and I, on top of being big video game, anime, and entertainment nerds, we also love technology.
Love our tech.
And we love some tech. Apple.
Oh,
all right? You definitely are a PC guy, all right?
Yeah, at this point, which is wild because I didn't grow up that way.
Exactly. You've come from, like, your first, like, YouTube experience was making stuff about your love for Apple.
One of my first YouTubes, you can go check it out. It's I was the Apple kid, I love talking about new things that were coming out for Apple.
Yes.
There is, I also grew up with a MacBook. I had a MacBook growing up, which is how I made my original webcomic. I completely used it just using the trackpad.
Yeah.
So it was basically like finger painting.
Yep.
Which was a fun in its own right,
Yeah.
But I also, grew up with the phones and have always been more interested on the Apple side of technology when it comes to entertainment devices, to be honest with you, beyond gaming, obviously. But I mean, like iPads, I've never looked at really anything on the other side of like big like screens beyond like iPads. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I don't know what they have. What do they have? Like Google Pixel has like their big.
I don't even know if they have an iPad. There's bless you, bro. I think the Samsung tablets are like the closest competitors,
Samsung.
but even then,
it's
still not. No, in my opinion, in modern day, nothing still touches the iPad and what it always has been.
Yeah.
Right? It's always been. Apple's been. Usually, I feel like since Android, they've always been behind, quote unquote. But it's kind of this mindset of like they're gonna do it right. Sometimes they're also innovators, right? But I kind of look at them as the opposite approach of what Nintendo does. They're in the same wheelhouse because Nintendo and Apple, they have their own timing with things, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they'll release a computer, and then the next rendition, like the iMac specifically, I think there was like almost a 10-year gap in like the recent rendition
with the new
of the iMac. Yeah. So they take their time and they do things, the subject matter gets really exciting because we finally, and I don't know, did you pay attention to the keynote at all?
Was it iOS 18?
That was a part of it.
Yeah, I looked at the new features, some of the new features.
Okay, sweet.
Mostly just what I was interested in was home screen customization, which there's some really cool stuff. There is some really cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm really, really hyped. This is probably the most hyped I've been for an iOS update, and by extension, the iPad OS update as well. Oh, yeah. Which also brings better tiling for window resizing. Oh, yeah. I'm so hyped.
It's
so
awesome.
We're going to be touching on the announcements from
touching
iPod. WWDC 2024. This just dropped several days ago. Same timing as Summer Games Fest. So again, going with the congruent, this is like the time of year where we get out of like the spring funk and we go into exciting updates of what's to come for the rest of the year and looking into like through the fiscal year. So usually that could even mean like next spring, right? So big hype. Basically, by the way, if you haven't heard of WWDC, this is Apple's developer conference. Yes. I think it literally stands for Worldwide Developer Conference.
That makes sense.
Yeah, held by Apple. So, from today's article,
yes.
which is from IGN.
Yes.
I have all of the info, and I'm going to basically go through it at a casual pace, and if you want to talk about more things, we'll bring it up, okay? So
I'm so with it.
Let's start, because honestly, we will get to the last tidbit of info, which is really what I want to gear the conversation towards.
Okay.
But this is a lot of info, so if there's not a lot really to be said, that is okay too.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
The big point of excitement and why it's called Apple Intelligence is because Apple is finally unveiling what their idea of AI is going to be like.
Ew.
And it's going to be integrated into all of the new stuff, basically. So
I think I saw a little bit of this.
Man, it looks insane.
All I saw, which is a little bit, not to spoil, but there's something about emojis. Is that in the
That's
article?
in there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I don't know if it's in the article. I'll be honest. I did skim the article, but I didn't see anything about emojis in the article, but that's a part of... I saw the like, short, like, it was almost like a cut-up trailer of, like, a summary of what was revealed, right?
Yes.
It looks hype. So, let's dive into, first, Apple TV Plus turns 5. That's like their own Amazon Prime, Netflix service.
Yeah,
okay.
Apple TV Plus.
So they unveiled more things to come that are like more exclusives. I don't know really that anybody's talking about this though, that I personally know.
I also don't know a lot of, like high quality, like
Apple originals.
Yeah, Apple originals I've been interested in besides Dinosaur Planet, I think was one I watched.
And that's live action, right?
Yeah, it's like a documentary style, like a really, really well done, like dinosaur documentary.
Okay. Cool.
Really cool.
Cool.
Really cool.
Well, that is pretty much all I've heard too. I think I have also heard of this this dinosaur documentary.
Yes.
But hype. If anything, I hope that it takes off because as we talked about before, if things
more competition.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Vision OS 2. So I don't know if this is going to pertain to us for a long time.
Yes.
But this is an unveiling of the second rendition of Vision OS for their the virtual reality.
Yeah, their Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah, Apple Vision Pro. Yeah. Looks really cool.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't put any of the summary notes here because to be honest with you, I don't know that myself, you, or any of our followers really like the Apple Vision Pro is like what? $10,000, something like that.
Yeah,
or
it's like extremely
$3,000, $3,500.
It's like
somewhere around there.
$5,000 or something.
Yeah. It's a lot of money to go in on, especially something that's so early concept.
I was gonna say, I've done my fair amount of research because I'm a VR enthusiast. I love my Oculus. I love my Quest 2, and I've even talked on this cast on some of the things I love. What I've experienced through VR. And I just don't think the Vision Pro is really at a point yet where I'm interested in it as a device, to be honest with you.
Where I stand, maybe you're with this, is like if I had an absurd amount, if that was like, I don't know, if I an absurd amount of fun money, let's say, okay, then I would get it, but would it actually add anything to my life?
Would it?
No, right? Like if
most definitely,
it's completely like I don't want to say like optional, but you know the word I'm looking for. Like it's just like it's a luxury. Yeah. Okay.
I guess.
So the coolest thing that I saw in briefing it was that basically now in this in this second rendition was it Vision OS 2, you can emulate an ultra wide display. I think maybe even multiple right in front of you like a computer. You already could emulate a display as if you're sitting. Yeah, but not an ultra wide display.
What's the difference?
Well, ultra wide is like basically those like Samsung curved monitors.
Like it's all around you.
It's all around you. Right. So that looks pretty hype. Like honestly, like that. Now that I hear it, I'm like, oh, I would expect that.
I kind of thought that would already be in it, to be honest with you. But cool stuff.
So, iOS 18.
Yes.
Pretty much the thing that pertains to you, me, and everyone else.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, the people.
I got a list. Let's start with the colored app icons and new arrangements. And with the new arrangements, I don't know if you saw, but this is the first time, just like Android now, we are going to be able to move things around in the home screen, and we don't need them to like stay in an order. It's not locked in a grid. It's not locked to it. Well, it's locked to a grid, but it's not locked to like a uniformed grid where there needs to be something up here for something to exist down here. So you can literally, you have the freedom to now design it. You know, if you have your wallpaper, that's what I did in Android.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
So didn't you show me one time you literally got blank icons?
Yeah, so what I did was I just messed around with widgets was what I went crazy with. So like the way that I wanted everything to be like placed and where my eyes would look each time are all based upon
it's very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah,
showing me his home screen.
Oh yeah. I go vaporwave style.
Yeah.
Vaporwave little synth wave.
So that's big hype, and with the colored
buddy.
app icons, it's you can fully customize each icon or like have a theme going.
You can do whatever you want with them.
It's
Seems
sick.
Pretty cool.
It's
Seems
sick.
Pretty cool.
It's awesome. I'm really happy to see all that, even though it's not that's small scale.
It is small
scale.
Honest, it's
a lot more coming.
It's a little late.
It's a little late,
you know.
But it'll be hype because as you know, the thing just like Nintendo,
right?
Because they take their time, because they do it right. When it drops, it's hype.
Agreed.
Right? And they really do it right. Like dark mode being a thing when it was like it was like, oh, this is exactly what this is what
we
be.
need.
Yeah,
this is what we need.
Emoji tapbacks. This maybe was part of the thing you saw.
Read it.
Emoji tapbacks. So you know how you can like double tap a message and you can add a reaction. You can now add a custom emoji to that reaction instead of it being the presets like exclamation, right? You can do that in messages.
Cool
now.
stuff.
That's cool. Texting effects more than just like, have you seen like the small scale effects like
of course
it drops in
of course
they're adding a lot more.
Very cool.
So that type more
that.
Interactive messaging. I'm always about
Love
that, especially because texting is the only messaging I do now, and I barely do that.
I also
might as well add some fun.
Have some fun with it.
Yeah.
I'm also not a fan of like texting in general because of just like it's hard to emote, you know, or get someone to feel the way you need to.
Yeah.
So all this stuff, love it.
Yeah, love it, bro.
Just some fun stuff.
In the Mail app, which I don't personally use, I use Gmail, but apparently categorization is being added, which is always a good thing. Always more organization. Come on. Along with more organization for the Notes app.
Woohoo! Love me some notes.
Specifically for iPad, you can like organize things into collapsible like subsections, something like that. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, loving it.
Great. Love that. Photos update.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's the biggest update they've ever had to the Photos app. They're redesigning it.
What?
Yeah, they're gonna make it. The way it kind of looked in the preview was on the like top half of your screen. That will be like the default photos, and then if you scroll down, it's just like it always was. But now, by default, on the bottom, they have very, very simple organization, and you can also. We'll get to the AI, but you can organize it how you want, and usually be able to theoretically find what you're looking for in a library of thousands of pics really quickly.
I like that.
Yeah, so that's hype.
Very cool.
We got control center customization. So I don't know if you know right now, the way you customize your control center is by annoyingly going to the settings and dragging the order you want it in, and then pulling it down and seeing what it looks like.
Yes.
Okay? It's pretty cumbersome. There's honestly, you're kind of capped at what you can do with it. So if anything, you set it up once, you kind of forget about it.
You do.
That's what I did.
That's the truth.
Right? So now you can customize it directly from the control center, which is great. And they're also going to add in further home integration. Specifically, this is hype for me because I've been using Apple Home this year for my lights specifically.
Right, you have.
But now they're going to be able to, you can place into the control center specific things from home that you want in there. And it showed in the preview a garage door opener.
Oh, that's cool.
That is awesome.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, annoyingly, it's intuitive and not intuitive. I'll show you what I mean. Okay. I'll pull down the control center.
Yes.
And it will preview right here what it thinks I'll want to see. These all change on the fly.
Interesting.
If I want to do something myself, I'll press home. Now it's a shortcut menu, but that's one more press. Right? And this isn't the layout I want, but wouldn't it be great if I could just do it immediately?
Absolutely.
Right. And you know how it goes. You're in a rush sometimes, and you're trying to do it, and it like fucks up. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. So that's how game mode. I don't really know what that means, but they did advertise that for both iPad and iOS. Some kind of new game mode. So I don't know if that means it's going to dedicate its hardware and graphics to the game and turn off notifications or whatever, but like, whatever it is, I'm all about it.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Sounds like a plan to me. I'm sure a Dro will be hyped.
Probably would
be. The Journal app.
Yes.
I don't know if you've used the Journal app. It was brand new from the last iOS update.
Journal?
Yeah. Show you what it looks like. It's actually really, really sick. The idea is that it's separate from the Notes app. You can lock it with your face, and you can add in an entry, and you can also, when you press add entry, it'll give you a list of things you've done recently or memories, and you can like click and make a journal entry.
I don't have that.
I might have to download it.
I have to.
Yeah, but it was from kind of the last season of Apple, so they're adding in something else called State of Mind within the Journal app.
Okay.
So just another layer of documenting your emotions.
I love
your feelings, your life.
Cute, cute, cute.
A new reminders integration into the official calendar app, that's great because I've used third-party calendar apps for years.
Yeah.
Love them. Right now I'm using Minical.
Okay.
Like a minimal calendar vibe.
Oh, yeah.
But I keep very organized in it.
Yes.
All these third parties have had reminders integration, but to be honest, it's kind of jank and broken sometimes. Sometimes,
really?
like if you have recurring reminders and you don't want them there, you can't really do anything about it, right? So having official integration, I think, is always a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because then the third parties have to pick up. They usually are forced to pick up on certain things.
Right.
And that might actually just make it better for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's cool.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Messaging, specifically text messages and iMessage, being sent via satellite.
Whoa! What does that mean?
So theoretically, this means basically you can message anywhere, anytime. Right? There's a priority to that service in your phone. Whoa. Have you ever been on a flight and it gives you a little bit of free internet and you can text on it, but you can't do anything else?
No.
There's a couple of flights I've been on like that.
Okay.
It's kind of like that, but literally satellite. I mean, that's everywhere. So that's hype. And reading further, because what I really respect and love about Apple, first and foremost, besides the tech they produce, is their attention to detail of security. And how, while basically the world seems to be going in a direction of security is getting out of hand, right?
Absolutely.
Like on every level.
Absolutely.
Apple is literally headlining the opposite direction. So big respect to them, and a part of this is that the messages being sent in the satellite will be end-to-end encrypted.
Oh.
Which is nuts.
I'm all about that.
I'm not mistaken, that's the first messaging system with satellite that's ever been end-to-end.
It's completely end-to-end.
Yeah.
I like that.
Which, if you don't know what that means, that means that Apple themselves, nobody can can decrypt the message because it's unique per message per iPhone.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, really
cool.
More lock screen customizations.
I love it.
Dude, send later in messages.
What do you mean?
The ability to compose a message and then send it at a later date and time.
Whoa!
For me, that's hype.
That is hype.
I'll give you an example.
Okay.
I remember it's Josh's birthday tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
But it's 9 at night.
Right.
I know I have work.
Yes.
And I've got to do something, and I got a busy day tomorrow.
Right.
I want to make sure I text him.
Right.
And then you go through the day and you forget.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because you literally remembered, right?
Right.
This would solve that problem.
That is pretty cool.
As an example.
That is pretty cool.
So, I think that's hype. And the final feature, the ability to lock down each and every app with Face ID. Meaning, I can hand you my phone, and certain apps I've programmed to be unlocked with my face, and certain apps, no.
I like that.
That is amazing.
That's wild.
That actually is a game changer if you lose your phone.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
absolutely.
You lose your phone and you left it unlocked. Like, you can lock down everything.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Locked down for sure.
That's hype.
I like
Big
that
hype.
one.
Yeah. Anything.
I'm trying to think of what you would use that for. I mean, like, I'm thinking, like, my banking app.
Definitely.
Probably.
Yeah. And a lot of banking apps have built-in,
built-in,
security,
but the app itself,
but being able to override it with iOS, that is huge, man.
Oh boy!
Bless you, my boy.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, dude. Or even messages, right? Like
that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, you could hand someone your phone, not worry about anyone that you don't trust.
Absolutely.
Right? Is there anything more you want to add on the iOS side of things?
Yeah, so I don't know if this is in the new iOS, but did you hear anything about the AI emojis? Did you hear about this at all?
No, but I haven't dove into the emoji part of it. Here, let me skim it while you're looking.
Yeah, no, you can just keep saying it. if it's.
I haven't. So let's pick it up at the end.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's check it out. I want to. Okay. So we'll get there. Let's jump to. They also announced a bunch of features that I didn't put in the notes because, to be honest, I'm less inclined. And like when I first, it's WatchOS 11, and when I first got an Apple Watch, I was all about it. Every update, I'm like, whatever.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Do you even wear an Apple Watch?
Mine's shattered. Remember?
Oh yeah.
I used to. I would have been excited about this.
Well, I'm hyped for it, but it's kind of like whatever comes, I'll figure it out then. That's just kind of how my mindset's been about WatchOS for years.
I feel it.
But it's hype, and especially like, I don't know. I feel like the subtleties of like how intuitive it is now with like having like a side dock on the side button. Like that used to be scrolling up, right?
Right. It was.
But now you scroll up and you have like a dock of apps you use.
Yeah.
Apparently they're revamping and making those even better now too. So
don't mind if I do.
Big hype.
Don't mind if I do.
iPad OS 18.
Ooh.
Better window tiling.
Ooh.
Scenes in Freeform.
What is that?
Freeform is the app you use to create the logo for our podcast. Oh. They're adding scenes, meaning
Freeform?
Animation.
I don't think I used Freeform.
You did.
No, I
Didn't
used.
you?
No, I used. What was it? It was.
You're right. You used like that art studio.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called. What is it called?
Oh, dude, I just said it the other day.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh my goodness.
Bless you, bro.
I don't remember.
Well, I can't remember. It'll come to me. But I didn't see it in full. But I think my understanding of this is that if you like, I don't know, comic books, for example, you can make something like a comic book in Freeform.
I love comic books.
Yeah.
I want to make a comic book.
That's pretty sick.
That's pretty sick.
Pretty damn sick.
I do like that.
Collapsible sections and notes, like I said, and this is such a meme.
Yes.
But the iPad, for the first time in its life, is getting an official calculator app.
No way it hasn't had one.
It doesn't have
That's wild.
I have a third-party calculator app.
Why?
I have no idea.
That's such a weird thing.
I don't know. I couldn't answer that for you. My calculator third-party app works just fine.
It's perfect.
However, there's something they're putting into the iPad version, which is Apple Pencil integration.
Oh.
And what they showed off, and I don't know if I'm understanding this right, if it's using AI to do this.
Yeah.
But you write in a math problem, and it will solve it for you with your pencil.
Oh.
If that's true, that's crazy.
That is wild.
And why wouldn't you own an iPad at that point for a math major of any kind?
If you are.
Because I would.
It's a great point.
And then they also showed Mac OS Sequoia is the new one, with a bunch of things. And to be honest, I don't have a MacBook. All of it looked really cool.
Don't,
It looked like basically similar vein stuff of what I'm saying here. Just bigger and better.
Oh, yeah.
Faster. Stronger.
Stronger?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the other one? Make it...
Sexier.
Probably. I'd like it to be sexier. That'd be cool.
Well,
dude, Sam, you are covered in bugs right now, by the way.
Am I? Like on my hat?
Yeah. No, on your shirt right here. Take a look.
Look at my Apple TV.
Look at...
Where?
Right here.
What the?
Look at all
they're swimming on.
Dude, there's so many. Holy crap! What was that?
Oh, my bad.
It's okay.
I said some beats.
You gotta move that thing back over here. I think.
You know what?
You don't have to do it right now.
No, I'll do it right now. Because these bugs are
there's so many. I don't know how it's coming to this.
They're everywhere.
Dude,
they're
I
all
know.
over
I don't
my
know what's
chair.
happening.
They're in my.
They were on your hat. They were on my face. I can see them.
He dove into my empty Zyn container.
He's hungry.
What
He's
is happening?
fiending.
What a meme. All right, Joshy, to wrap the main topic before we dive into more freeform. So what I did there? Conversation.
Hey, that was fun.
Yes, sir. This is the last part of the announcements from the same article.
Yes.
Which is basically talking about what Apple is calling Apple Intelligence. So it's titled Apple Intelligence Brings Personal Intelligence to iOS, iPadOS, and macOS.
Personal intelligence.
So,
interesting.
It's kind of lengthy. Let's get through it. Generative AI has been at the forefront of the tech industry all year. And of course, Apple had to throw its hat in the ring, calling it Apple Intelligence. At least the abbreviation stays the same. That's true. While it's easy to look at AI as some kind of arcane tool that isn't super useful, these AI features are being pitched as a boon for anyone. Apple highlighted smart notifications, For instance, which will use an on-device LLM or large language model to prioritize important notifications so you're not constantly being buried under meaningless garbage.
That's a great idea.
That alone
That's pretty smart.
could change my life. Like,
Probably
seriously,
could.
yeah. So it showed an example in, like, a screenshot I saw, and it basically had, when you looked at your phone, if anybody that it deemed important messaged you, and you put, you can, like, categorize to important only, and let the AI do its thing, and it will tell you if you got this email, this package, this thing that it thinks you need to know now, and it will push everything to, like, scrolling up.
Priority.
Right. It literally prioritizes.
Interesting.
And that's very different, by the way, than what we currently have, which is, like, immediate notifications and then the scheduled notifications.
Yeah.
Which I've been honestly trying to use, but I'll be real, I almost never look at my summary, so I usually miss
You don't see
my
them
notifications.
even when they're
Yeah, it's all
given to you.
buried just in garbage. And I dead ass, I need to do it again, but I've gone through and I've tried massively reducing my notifications.
Really?
Yeah, like turning off notifications from apps that I feel like I don't need them.
You don't use.
Adding them to the summary of, like, ones that are, like, I really like.
What's
low
a summary
priority.
even?
I'll show you. So basically,
Oh my
this is
goodness.
the system now. So if you scroll up, these are, like, my notifications, and it groups them all together as well, right? And you can see them in the stacks.
Right.
So the summary is what it pushes at. For me, I have it set up so it's like 11 p.m. every night. It shows me my notification summary, which I don't know if it even is going to pull it up. I don't know if I had to unlock. Oh, yeah. See right there? It says your night summary. So if you click it, this is all the apps I've pushed as low priority.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like a subfolder of notifications.
Gotcha.
But it's still, you even saw it right here. It's so much.
I don't even know if I have that.
So that's hype. Yeah, it's not on by default. You have to like kind of create a schedule and all that stuff, and then choose the apps that you want to put in the schedule.
That makes sense.
I'll continue the article. Yes. Apple is also implementing AI generation into all of its apps, letting you send generated messages to friends or even popping them into a Pages document. For example, you take a picture of a receipt, it will automatically put it in a receipt allocated folder.
That's pretty smart.
That's pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
This will also improve Siri, letting you ask more specific questions and actually get relevant results.
That would be perfect.
That would be perfect.
Siri is basically useless. I barely use Siri.
Honestly, Siri was at the forefront a decade ago.
Oh, yeah.
It has fallen severely behind, in my opinion, to what Google is doing.
Absolutely.
With their stuff,
with
right?
Their AI.
Yeah. The thing I love about Siri, though, is her ability to dictate. It's very good. It's probably the best. Like, the ability to ask something, and she understands everything you're saying.
Yeah.
It's just the responses are very inconsistent.
So helpful.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how to help with that.
You can ask for a photo for a friend that you sent a few days ago, and thanks to the new model, it'll be able to sift through all the photos in your device intelligently based on the command. With any system-wide AI implementation, though, security is a big concern.
Oh, yeah.
All of the data used for these computations is handled on-device thanks to the NPUs, which is Neural Processing Unit, that Apple has been working on in its chips since the M1 launched back in 2020.
Oh, wow.
For heavier AI lifts, Apple is also introducing private cloud compute. While putting your data in the cloud is inherently risky, Apple is claiming that none of your data will be stored in its servers. Plus, when your device decides it needs cloud help with an AI request, it will only send the relevant information to that specific request, so you don't have to hand over all your data for every little request.
Smart.
The new Apple Intelligence allows for major improvements for Siri as well. Not only can the classic voice assistant better follow up to what you're trying to say, even if you stumble on your words, the more you talk to it, but it can keep up a conversation in between commands.
Interesting.
This means you can ask for the weather in New York City. Then after getting that, you can simply say what restaurants are around there, and she'll be able to follow up with a thread of conversation.
There you go.
Just like ChatGPT.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Man.
It's really good.
This doesn't seem like a huge deal, but it's actually a massive improvement. You can also finally use Siri through text by double tapping the bottom of your phone. This is going to be especially useful if you're in a loud environment and you don't have to rely on your phone being able to pick up your voice, right? personally, I have a setting right now where if I hold the Siri button, that brings up the text, because if I need to talk to her, I usually can.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But that is annoying, especially
it
if I wanted to push to talk to her. You know, like it's just, I've bypassed it.
Right.
But they're actually implementing it, and that's basically what's all in the article. So I'm going to add on what else I saw from what I read privately. But Siri, you know how like the little icon kind of like swirls in some corner of the screen?
Yes.
This is a rainbow effect that takes over the entire out. Yeah, see, she heard me.
She heard you.
She heard me. It's a rainbow effect that takes over the entire border of the screen, and it will basically make it a lot more readable to what you're doing, and it won't disrupt your workflow. Right?
That is really nice.
It's crazy, like man. It's so good. I saw some other article, and I think I'm gonna butcher the example, but it was basically along the lines of like this guy was talking to, I don't want to say her name, Miss Siri, but Mrs. Sarai.
Sarai.
But
Psoriasis.
They said something like, "Hey, can you remind me this at 11? Oh wait, actually 9. Make it 9:30." And then she sets it for 9:30. Like she understands, and then he's like, actually just cancel that, make a new one for like tomorrow morning, because I'll just save it for tomorrow. And like she deleted the last one and actually overrode made a new one. Like crazy stuff like that. That's what we need.
That's really
man.
nice.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
The last thing I want to add is, I think this was a headline, we might have even covered it, but I think I saw some headline of Apple partnering or purchasing out ChatGPT. Did you see something like that?
Possibly.
Well, I have exciting news, Joshy. I'm surprised it wasn't in this article. ChatGPT is going to be fully integrated into Apple Intelligence.
No way.
In fact, they're making it so just with your Apple ID alone, you don't have to make an account or do anything with ChatGPT.
So cool.
The feature is just built into the phone. And if you already are under a subscription, all you have to do is link your account to your Apple ID, and you automatically get all the bonus features baked into your iOS.
Wow, that's sick.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
So
I love that, man. I mean, it's tough to say.
Yeah, does this give you hope for AI?
I like it. I like it a lot. I'd say, these are some very useful features that can be very helpful. I would say it sounds like it's going to take a lot of stress off of a lot of schedules, and I think it would help. Busy people for sure. And I really like the idea a lot. I don't want to say I'm completely for it.
Right.
To be honest, especially the texting feels a little strange, and from what I've read too, it's like you can tell kind of an idea of what you want to say to someone, and then it'll write it.
Right.
Which is cool, and
it's cool in concept.
It's very cool. I also, I mean, it's cool the whole like text when they come in, choosing when they get to go. I mean, that's pretty cool. At the same time, but at the same time, I don't know. It just kind of gives me a feeling of like, is this abusable? If that makes sense. Is there
absolutely?
Yeah, and so I don't know.
Can it be? How would you say perverted?
Perverted, and I guess even just the idea of like, when will we be at a point where, we're already at a point where texting is so important, and then we're adding AI into our texting, right?
I see what you're saying.
And so I'm saying
it's like deep humanizing it a little bit, or personalizing it. It's
actually doing everything that you just said. It's dehumanizing the struggle of
like
communicating. Yeah, which, to be honest, I think the point of a birthday text isn't to get a birthday text. Oh, fuck. I don't know what's happening. There's so many, by the way. There's so fucking many.
You're actually getting
There's
bombarded.
Like more coming. They need to fly into this thing, but they're not. They're like all over your Apple home. What are they doing, man?
What's funny is I was going to work on sealing my room with Johnny. It looks like we need to get on that. I don't even know where they're coming from.
101. I'm going to guess there because it looks like they're...
Excuse me.
On the outside. They're small enough they can slip through.
Oh, yeah. They're all over the window. They're probably coming from there.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense.
I need to seal it up.
So anyway, not that it is a bad thing, and I'm not even trying to say that it is, but also like, going back to the idea of like a birthday.
I think it's a conversation of like, would somebody maybe who isn't like, who would be thinking I wouldn't abuse this? Would they be tempted to abuse it?
It's also
lose a part of
it's also the natural evolution of people. So there's the issue of, like, you know, people could say we have naturally grown further apart the more that we have the access of screens. When communication gets involved with that, I feel like that's the last line of defense we have against really even caring about each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you could send an AI generated birthday text to me 3 weeks before, I would rather get no message than that message.
Facts.
You know? And unless it says sent with AI. But how is that going to make you feel? Or how is that going to, a boss going to feel seeing that? Or a friend going to see feeling that? I'm not even trying to be the Debbie Downer of this idea.
But looking at it like through the lens I hoped you would.
Right? That's just what we've been, I think, on the show, which is that there are important aspects of humanity which will only become less accessible the more we push these ideologies. And the more that we say, oh, look at all this great that could come from having a screen in our pocket 24/7, having a computer with us that fits in the palm of my hand, all these incredible ideas, that the truth is it's only going to evolve. And now and I'm not even saying there is ultimate, you know, like natural. This is only going to be bad. I think it's going to be great.
No,
I think it's going to be so great.
One of the possible futures and consequences.
It's the possible future is the issue. You're telling me that Apple, the number one, has purchased ChatGPT. This is giving accessibility of AI to every person. That it doesn't bring me the joy. It almost is like, oh, this is the next domino in the downfall of us as people. It's not going to be a one big event, cataclysm. Yeah, it's not going to be going... what the fuck is that word? Cataclysmic. Yes. Cataclysmic. Yes. Moment. It's these little things. And it's not even going to be in our lifetime when we are all so deeply removed.
Yeah.
You know, you've probably even seen it a little bit from the generations that are being born now.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I'm even seeing it from, iPad kids we see nowadays.
Yes.
But the thing is, that is the future. That's the only future. You know, you aren't going to be alive for all this time. So when I see this, I wish I could get excited because I could say, oh my God, think of all the texts I could send. This is how every technology starts. This is how every generational landmark starts. This is how people think. But then it's just, where do we go from here? We're not going to go back. We're never going to lose the AI texts. We're never going to lose the scheduled texts. We're never going to lose the... So where's the value in a birthday wish from the day before? Where's the value? Yeah, you remember the day before. Day before was my birthday.
You're right.
Where's the value in a text that's written not by you? Yeah, I would rather not receive a text.
Yeah.
The truth is, and then where does that go from there? Because guess what? This is the beginning. It's only gonna get bigger. And I'm sorry, I'm not what was it called? I'm not a very conspiracy theory guy. I don't believe in the downfall of humanity. I just see it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a person who wants to... I'm an optimist. Naturally, I'm an optimist. I'm not even kidding. But what I see is unrecognizable... What's the word? Issues that will arise. It's not about what a possibility of what the future. This is the beginning. Well,
it's already
disconnect.
been happening.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Like we
absolutely
in our discussions about like, okay, is this AI or not? In our YouTube videos that we put on for a backdrop. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Even you pulled up the record player, which I've had playing the whole time, and you're like, is this AI?
I'm gonna be honest.
To be honest, the more it's been
starting
playing,
to think. I'm starting
I don't
to
know.
think it's AI. I'm not kidding. I'm starting to think it's AI. Something about the buttons. I'm like, what does that button do? Why does the thing look like that? So here's my other thing.
No,
Sam.
I'm with it.
Here's my other thing. It's when I first I was
the
like,
more I look at it, it's always like that, right? But I'm with you. Can I also add too that I'll also add like my own positive, my own negative on the subject.
Excuse me.
My own positive is that what I foresee as a blessing from it on the communication side only. Because honestly, where my brain is at, and yours probably here too, and you're just recognizing where it'll take others.
Yeah, of course.
My brain is recognizing, like, I would never use this to communicate with people, right? I would never use an AI-generated, like, words that weren't my own to communicate with somebody. However, that is on a personal level. If it was like, okay, I'm at a job site, I'm working, and I need to send a quick text that's just conveying info to a team. Example, I'm like, about to leave for work. I'm like, oh, hey, ChatGPT, tell my team I'll be there in 15. And that sends an auto text of pretty much exactly that, maybe worded a little more English friendly to the team. That, no problem. I have no problem with that.
But let me just piggyback off that idea. Yeah. That is just the start, though.
Right.
Because
I'm with you.
You are allowed to say, you know, I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't do this. The more you create rules, the more you start to push against the morals over time. And that's just how it goes. Yeah. Because once you do that once, so easy.
Well,
holy crap, that was the easiest thing ever. I'll do that later.
Again.
I'll do that for my house chat.
You are right.
Our house group chat, right?
Yes.
Because, you know, I did it with my team at work. I'm going to do it, you know, it's fine. It's this one time.
Right.
Okay, that was easy. It's getting easier. Life is getting easier. Right. I'm getting lazier naturally. And this is not me digging on you. This is what anyone would do.
No, yeah, you're right. But
that's what people do.
Yeah, let me...
And then it's only going to get more accessible.
Let me say, too, like that, yeah, what my negative was going to be is leads right, it's piggybacking off the same idea, which is that in the creation of the podcast, in almost like, I don't even know how you'd say it, in me kind of like forming the podcast in, let's say, the first half of season 1, which was less than a year ago, okay? I came across the idea of using ChatGPT to help me generate, or actually it was coming across as basically I was generating what I would type in for like the episode description, which would be like 2 or 3 sentences. I would give it to ChatGPT and I would say like, how does this sound, right? Is it grammatically correct? Is it like written well? And I would get feedback and I would adjust it based on that. After doing that for a couple of episodes, I also had this thing really within me. I'm not putting anything AI generated as my content of creativity. That to me would feel hollow, and I could foresee exactly what you're saying. That if I did it once,
you loosen up.
I do it again.
You loosen up again.
Yes.
You keep loosening up.
Then it's like, I really don't have time.
And then
I could foresee all that happening.
Or check this out.
So I chose not to.
Or let's say, right, we get bigger. Yeah. Okay? We get bigger.
Yeah.
I'm not always around. Let's say you want a brand new logo, right? It's at the tip of your fingertips.
At the tip of my fingers.
It's at the tip of your fingers.
I could do that right
now
with ChatGPT.
You're not feeling very creative today.
Right.
You're having a bad day.
Yep.
Right? It's only going to get more accessible. And that's what I'm saying. I see this as that domino. Because guess what? This is not by all end all Apple Intelligence, the only iOS update that's going to do this. Guess what? There's going to be an iOS 19, and an iOS 20, and an iOS 21, and a 22. And what is it going to look like at that point? We're going to keep getting things and saying, oh my gosh, this is only making my life easier. It's making your life less difficult. Where do you grow in any situation? Does any human grow in any situation?
Well, I'll tell you. When life's tough.
When life's tough. When life's not easy. When life doesn't give you quick, easy answers at your fingertips. That's where you grow. So what is this? Truthfully, as the beginning of the true domino, what is this going to do to future generations? And I'm not even, out there. I'm not an old head. I'm not an older person. I'm 24, right? I'm Gen Z.
Yeah.
But I can recognize, just as a person, in what has changed even in my lifetime, with myself, the things I said I wouldn't be doing with my iPhone, right? I wouldn't be watching videos at this time, blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't have this. Hundreds of things, right? But guess what? Those things change, and over time, those things slip. you are not going to be the same man you are right now when you are 45.
No.
And that's the truth.
Absolutely not.
You're only going to get more tired. If this podcast takes off, it's only going to become more work. Money is not going to get any easier to acquire, and that's just the truth, because that's how our world works. And so when I see the idea of, I'm sorry, I always go on these fucking tangents.
No, it's perfect.
When I see things like this, it is not exciting. It's, if anything, it's the natural evolution of where people will go, right? And you know what, I love technology. I am a tech nut. If someone brought over the Apple Vision Pro with the latest, if it had even the latest AI system in it, I would love to poke at it. But we are getting to a point where this tech is in our pockets. And to be honest, that's a lot of power.
Yeah.
And what does a man do with that kind of power?
Pervert and abuse it.
Pervert and abuse.
Exactly.
But that gives you, and I'll even spin this to a positive, that gives you more responsibility.
Exactly.
More responsibility to do the diligence that you deserve. But the truth is, even if we want to be our own heroes, besides Lene Lovelady, who will always be the greatest hero, we will let things slip. We will stop pulling our punches. We will allow the easiness of life, the older we get especially, we will allow those things into our lives. And guess what? This Apple is something that will be in our life forever until we die. And what is it going to look like when we're 60, when we're 50? What are those generations going to be used to? What are their struggles going to be? And how easy are those to overcome? How many times are you going to say at this point, yeah, I just received this text. I don't really know. It sounds kind of like AI.
Yeah,
I don't know. Or the value of a
extremely
text.
problematic.
Let's say someone writes a really long message, puts hours into it. That time is going to be less valuable. Because guess what? ChatGPT could do it in a second. Quicker than you could ever type out 13 of those words. It could write everything you wanted to write and more. What does that do to the value we hold of words? Obviously, you know, it's going to be pretty simple for the next couple of years. But then, man, I hate answering these calls.
Man.
Oh my gosh, Apple has a new AI voice.
Yeah,
it has
AI
a call
voice
answer.
call
And it can answer, and maybe it'll even say something like, yeah, this is on the brand new Apple Vision Pro. This is Josh, but I'm not completely able to get to you. However, I'd love to be able to help out whatever I can do. And then what is that going to evolve into? Hey, this is Josh. How are we doing? You know what I mean? Who am I talking to right now?
Exactly.
Where am I going? Where's my human interaction?
You know what
Who's
I would
real?
hope then?
What's real?
The hope has to be that ultimately accountability, because obviously we can't be trusted to have that full accountability in ourselves. And like, you know, my example of like recognizing just in the writing of the descriptions and saying no, I mean, it's pretty hard, and I've never gone back to that, right? And that's one of the one example within the many different options and avenues that you're talking about, with the whole wheelhouse of the temptation of having a piece of technology work for you and make your life easier with you putting in no work.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
So
AI.
Yeah, absolutely.
Essentially.
So what I'm thinking of is even deeper than what are we going to do with it, because that I can say I want to create art.
I'm also saying, like,
I want to create creative ideas.
How will they limit it? So, for example,
which is important.
It is important.
It's extremely.
Because if they're going to, I'm very curious now, coming from this combo, how they're going to handle AI written texts to a friend.
Sent with AI.
Yes. Yeah. If it doesn't have some symbolism or mark that it was created and sent with AI, it absolutely needs to. Yeah, and you know they already have, like, when you send something over voice right now, it says sent with voice memo. Yeah. Or sent with Siri.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
like right at the bottom, right?
Not voice memo.
I just don't want to say her name. Oh, she didn't hear me. Good.
Yay. So yeah, I'm with that, but what I'm more talking about is by that time, by the time you're 50, you know, I'm 40, right? We're dealing with everything we've done, and we've made a point to limit it ourselves. what will that do to others? And I'm interested in what Apple has to do, but to be honest, Apple's about luxury. Apple is not about being genuine. If you think and I've done a lot of research onto the Apple Vision Pro.
Oh, yeah.
If you think that they are all about real, genuine, no, they're about luxury. They're a luxury company.
The most valued company in the world.
Absolutely. Apple Home is a luxury. Apple Vision Pro is a luxury. AI is about to become a luxury. So what is that going to do, not to us, but to the generations that come after? What's that going to do to media? What's that going to do to creators? Fuck it. Content creators.
What
online.
Even is a creator anymore?
What would become of those things?
It's a good question.
It's a question,
I
think
that
is
needs to be asked.
A little too understated in a showcase like this.
Yeah.
A little bit too. I think it's this idea of AI is exciting. It is. Right now, it's exciting. But and I'm not afraid of Skynet. I'm not afraid of the Terminators coming back in time. I'm not afraid of that. I'm afraid of what happens to us. What happens to this? We're talking to each other, Sam, but the people listening are hearing our voice. The beautiful people who are listening right now, and I know they're so beautiful because they're listening to us.
Damn right.
Right? Damn fucking right. Especially those gold tier sponsors. God, are they beautiful.
Brought to you by ChatGPT.
What would you believe through headphones?
Yeah.
What is Tayden going to grow up with? And what is he going to know through these creators? What will come?
Facts.
What will come from this? That is my number one, and I'm gonna wrap the bow on that. That's my initial reaction.
This is words of the wise.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm a wise man. I'm not, but I think we all need to analyze what truly is the point of making everything so easy. What's the point of it? Is it to make sure we are having the most luxurious lives? We don't need that. Humans should not have the most luxurious lives. And you know what? I pray that Apple will recognize that and work towards it. But you know what? Like I said, they're a luxury company, Sam. They're not in it to make sure that the future is set up perfectly. What they're doing is, what is working now? What is luxurious now? How can we make things easier for people? I don't think that's inherently evil. I don't.
No.
But guess what? Apple, of all people, are trend setters. What is this trend going to set? What is this going to set for
questions?
It's the questions that not only we should be asking, but Apple should be at least taking a responsibility while putting statements out like this.
Yeah.
I did have one more thing I wanted to talk about, though.
Yeah.
It's an article that I pulled up right here. And would you mind if I just read through the article?
At all.
So this article is coming from CNET, SNET.
Yeah.
You know that?
Oh, yeah.
CNET? Okay, cool.
CNET's been around for
CNET's been around for a minute, yes. This is very funny, but I really want to just focus on the a certain aspect. It's also AI generated. So I'm gonna skim and also read a little bit. It's not very long as a article. You know what? I'm just gonna skip to the part that I really want to listen to. On the fly AI emojis, please and thank you.
Yeah,
is the way that they say this. While there already exists tools and sites that can mash up emoji icons into ridiculous symbols like Emoji Kitchen, don't know what that is.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, Apple might launch its own version in the tool of this tool in iOS 18. Bloomberg, says that iPhone might be able to create an emoji for you on the fly. They had this in the showcase, but they really didn't talk too much on it, and they just showed a couple pictures. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Something outside the standard emoji library set by the Unicode Consortium. You know what that is?
I do, yeah. So Unicode is like, you ever have a text I send you and there's like a triangle symbol or like those little symbols?
Yes.
That's Unicode. So Unicode is accepted basically universally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apple knows how to have some fun with messaging, and it's right out of the company's playbook to give folks something silly to talk about in the software update. Let's see. So essentially, what they're looking at. I'm gonna try and skim this a little bit more because it is a little bit longer than I realized.
Yeah.
I'll
send you a piece of Unicode right now.
They are going to have a piece of the software, and you could watch the clip. But I honestly was just thinking about showing you just the pictures that they had of the things flying by. So this is from the showcase. They had, there you go, a little bit of Apple signature.
There's a little Unicode for you.
Yeah, there you go. So things that you could generate on the fly. So a dog reading a book, 3D glass. These are not made by people. These are made with AI.
Wow.
Mashing things together. I don't know how accurate these are. I don't know if these were made as almost like a mock-up, but they were just like flying by in the thing, so you can see there's just different things.
That's so goofy.
So it's goofy. I honestly, this is the kind of stuff I want to have fun with. For me personally, I would rather AI, instead of being this luxury that's put on, is kind of something fun to kind of do.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
That kind of stuff, like emojis, it gets tough when we get into the context of the concept of artwork.
Yeah.
But something as simple as an emoji, I love that.
Yeah.
I really do.
Sure.
I'm not even kidding.
I see what you're saying. I'm totally with you.
It's fun.
Yeah.
There's something fun about AI that we have all messed around with. I've messed around so much with picture generation. Never tried to sell it. I've never tried to, use it as some kind of replacement for true artwork. But I also have been getting a luxury of having my original characters, me and Dorian and all our One Piece characters, done with AI. So much fun, but at the same time, that is putting something my little brother does as he makes money off of commission art. So he does here's one of it's Dorian's character and Big Log Hosh. That's right, baby.
That's fucking
got his log.
I think
and
I've seen that actually.
Yeah, I have a bunch of these that I made, and I love making them. They're fun. But at the same time, there's also issues with that. Look at this pixel art one. Look at that.
Dude,
talking about something
that is
cool.
Sick.
Talking about something cool.
It's like a portrait.
Yeah, it really is. Just cool stuff. But at the same time, where is the cap on that? Where's the cap on the the literal job that my little brother does, which is commissional art? He gets paid money to draw pictures of people's original characters of people who don't draw, right? People who might come up with characters.
People like me. I'd be like,
people
hey,
like you.
Draw me something.
Could you draw me this? I will pay you a certain amount of money. That luxury is already getting, a little bit changed.
To be honest, it's like
so
you could almost summarize it into heart. So these are all amazing images with no heart because they were not made by a person with a soul.
But at the same time,
heart put into it.
You know that because you see the context.
You're right.
But then I'll show you this picture. I'm like, oh, look at this cool little chibi Big Log Hosh.
Yes.
That's so cool.
No, only the person who has basically created it, right?
You can't tell me he doesn't have any heart in him. Look at his jolly little smile.
No, but deep down there's no heart.
You know. What does that mean for everyone else?
Right. That's what it comes down to, Josh. Is like
brand new Big Log Hosh on PS4.
If you have the ability to dude, that's crazy. If you have the ability to do this, then it's with great power, bless you, comes great responsibility. It's your job to differentiate that this doesn't have the heart of a soul in it, right?
Of course.
And then it comes down to, like, with Apple being the core subject of all of this right now. And they're not the only ones, by the way, right? Like, it's like, this is finally just their exciting rendition of what's to come.
This is what they have,
to be honest, this, for people like me, I guess, who I think I do have faith in Apple. Like, in a lot of aspects. The biggest draw to me, I'll say it again, it's how they, at least on a PR level, and then how they actually back it up with their actions, is this push of security, right? So, if they're enabling the average person, I mean, that's the goal, right? Like you said, like, let's get this in the hands of everyone. Even the article, it said, like, let's make this a boon for everyone, right? Well, then it's their responsibility to regulate that.
Absolutely.
So,
and I'm
that's what it comes down to.
I'm in agreement there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then that kind of leaves it out of our hands. We got to hope for the best.
Well, just like episode 11, we'll see what the future holds.
Guess we will.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess we will.
Let's wrap the main topic there, Joshy. I have, you said you didn't have a class trial this week, right? which I think is actually perfect.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I was
you're a busy guy.
Yeah,
family time. No, to be honest, this has been a plenty long episode anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're at about, like, since starting pregame, we're at, like, the 5-ish hour mark, which is about the average length we aim for an episode.
So we got 3 and 5. Yeah, we should hop into party chat. Yeah.
Actually, party chat is now sprinkled.
Oh, you're so right.
So, yeah, we just have our Proverb Spotlight, my friend. Yeah. So, considering this was Apple.
Yes.
And I'll write this down right here too. Yes. Time-wise, I thought it would be appropriate that I grabbed a quote from the man himself,
Tim Cook.
Tim Cook.
Nice.
No.
Fuck.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, you already know. Have you, by the way, seen the movie Jobs with
I have
Ashton
not.
Kutcher?
I heard it was a little rough. Yeah.
To be honest, I don't think I was an Apple fanboy at all yet. So I don't know if I even like remember, or when I started like really like doing my homework on the back end of Apple when I started getting into it much later in life. I think it came out like more of the tail end of high school for me.
Was it?
If I remember right, like late 2000s. Okay. I remember loving the movie.
Oh yeah.
I remember like it just did a really good job. I mean, I love Ashton Kutcher just in general, but how it kind of really portrays what Steve went through in his climb. I mean, literally from the garage and his climb to Apple, getting fired, what that led to for him, and just a man of perseverance.
Oh yeah.
Right? It really is his whole life story. I feel, whether it's completely accurate or not, is a story of perseverance.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And and feeling a duty and fulfilling your duty. You know.
Respect.
So I found a great quote by Steve Jobs I wanted to share, inspired by the legendary Uncle Iroh, as this is our
himself.
Proverb Spotlight this week. The quote is, "Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it."
That's a beautiful quote.
Yeah.
He said that, or is that
He
from
said
the
that.
movie?
No, that's from Steve Jobs himself.
That's a beautiful.
Yeah, actually, I'll be real. In like a list of quotes I was looking at, almost all of them gold.
Gold, yeah.
Yeah, this guy.
Well, I'll say,
genius.
I never met him. You know
Same,
what I mean? So,
same,
however
yep.
he was in real life, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a crazy statement to say he's one of the most influential minds of our time.
Absolutely.
No question.
Yes.
And the influence even he's made to technology and everything, the boom that just, it can be traced to him and to those chances you take. And sometimes it does not matter. Sometimes it does not matter where those initial boons come from, but in these situations it really does, because there are trends that deserve to be broken, and there are ideas that deserve to be shattered in order to start something.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a person's responsibility, if you want to create something in this world, is shatter expectations, don't conform, and basically create what you believe you should.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely, bro. No.
Absolutely.
You nailed it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Joshy.
Yes, sir.
My friend, that is a wrap for this week's episode of the Flash Brothers Podcast, episode 41.
Hell yeah.
My friends,
42.
thank you so much. 42.
You're a
Thank
goofy
you.
odd
Thank you.
goober.
Yeah,
What
I
are
was
you
on last
doing?
week's action.
That's
right
okay.
there. My bad. Thank you.
That conversation sent you all the way to back
It
last
did.
week, huh?
I know, bro. I'm like, is this all real, bro?
What's happening?
The AI is taking
sir.
over. Joshy, thanks for cooking with me
yes.
today, as always,
Next
on
week.
this beautiful voyage.
Yes.
In this incredible summer heat.
Here we are.
As we're on the open sea.
Oh, man.
As we do. Let's plug one last time, Joshy. Don't forget to send your listener submissions, your write-ins. Bless you, Joshy, for next week's episode. Please,
before we go,
guys, even if you just write in, like, I hope Joshy feels better. I'm sure he'd really love it.
Oh my gosh. And make sure it's not AI generated. Holy
Please.
crap.
No. We'll tell. We will be able to tell instantly.
And tell.
Or at least just mark it so we know.
Yeah,
you know? Spotify Q&A will also be up, so check that out if you just want a quick little add-on there. We'll have something to do with the main topic this week. Patreon.com/FlashBrosPodcast. Or send us an email at FlashBrosPodcast@Gmail.
Gmail.
Yeah, not TV. Yeah,
no,
that'd be a draw.
Try not.
As always, thanks for cooking, Joshy. This will be last call, and we'll see you all next week. Be safe. Spread love. Enjoy your weekend.
And what I'll say is keep it real. You know what I mean?
Keeping it real.
Keep it real. Don't keep it AI generated.
No.
Keep it real.
Do you want to run a user-generated game of Smash?
Yeah, let's do it.